Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton or online davisfordsales.com.
When I came back to school this year, I brought my bank with me, and the student checking account at First American National Bank was perfect for me. No monthly fees and no minimum balance, and I can manage my money right from the app. I can do all my banking with text messaging if I want, and I can deposit a check just by taking a photo. It's that easy at FAMB.
I took my bank to college with me.
I took my bank to college with me.
My bank followed me to college.
I took my bank to college with me.
I took my bank to college with me.
It's that easy at First American National Bank.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
We welcome you in courtside of the Davis Event Center for the Davis Ford pregame show as the ladies of East Mississippi have made their way up Highway 45 and overall 522 to Fulton to match up with the Lady Indians from ICC. A big one coming here tonight. ICC comes into the night on top of the MACCC North standings at 4-1. East Mississippi right behind there at 3-1, so just one less game played for the Lady Lions. Kahoma right there behind those two on their heels. But you know, Jim, as we get ready to welcome Jim Ingham into the broadcast tonight, it seems like for years now, this North Division, these two teams here, this matchup has been what has decided so many times what ends up happening there in the North.
You're right, Jordan. It always goes through East Mississippi and ICC, another big game tonight at home. Been a different year. We've had some games canceled. As we mentioned, we're a half game up on them tonight. We're 4-1, they're 3-1. It's very important to take care of business at home tonight and hopefully stretch our lead and go out to 5-1.
So this is one of those matchups that we expected to have back a week or so ago, but you know, due to the ice we had and the other problems that have been around, we weren't able to play that game. So we're finally getting to see East Mississippi here firsthand tonight. But as we were talking, just us guys standing here earlier, this is an odd situation to be in, as no teams have played the same amount of games. No teams know how many they may have to play in the future. There's just a kind of an uncertainty out there when it comes to when will we be done with this season. What will the tournament look like when it gets here, and what will the seeding look like?
Jordan, how do they make up all these games? I mean, Mississippi Delta's played 6 games. Northeast has played 3 games. So they've got 3 games difference there, and I don't know how you're going to make all the games up.
This is the Davis Ford pregame show. Visit davisfordsales.com or stop by 904 West Main Street in Fulton to pick out your next dream car, truck, or van from Davis Ford. As ICC's finishing up their warm-ups here to our left, East Mississippi's making their way over to the visitors' bench to our right. And we'll get ready here in a moment to have the national anthem and our starters brought to you by Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works. Tonight, the men are on the road at East Mississippi. We won't have that feed for you tonight, but we will keep you up to date with that score. And then looking forward to next week. As of now, there's no game scheduled for Monday night, so an off night on Monday. The women will be on the road up in Boonville against Northeast on Thursday, and the men will have the home floor against Northeast. So a big matchup coming next Thursday night here in the Davis Events Center as the Northeast Tigers make their way down in men's action to face off with ICC. It's time for that national anthem. Let's take it to the floor now for that. So we've had the playing of our national anthem here. Now we'll get ready to send it over to the public address announcer for tonight's Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works starting lineups. First, we will have the starters from East Mississippi, then followed by those of ICC. That's a look at tonight's Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works starting lineups. ICC and Coke. That's a winning combination. Coach Robin Porter hopes she has that winning combination dialed up in tonight's starting lineup. So we'll look back over that one more time. Starting tonight for the Lady Lions. At the point guard spot will be Janessa Souza. Souza, the point guard, 8.8 points per game, a sophomore out of Fairfield, California. The 2 spot will belong to McKirmia Lancaster, averaging 6.3 points per game, a 5'8 freshman out of Johns Creek, Georgia. She'll draw the start there at the 2 spot. The 3 spot belongs to Ciara Jackson at 8.5 points a game. She leads the team at 60% from the floor. Jackson, the 3 spot out of Ripley, Mississippi. The 4 belongs to Amaya Staples. Staples, a sophomore out of Greenville. And the 5 spot belongs to Jemiah Hollings. Hollings, averaging almost 12 rebounds per game and 10 points per game, leads the team. Hollings, a sophomore out of West Point. For ICC, it'll be a typical starting lineup we've seen as Dee Shepard controls the tip-off there for ICC. Overton will be the point guard, averaging 10.5 points per game. Scarlett Guest will have the 2 spot. Guest leads the team with 86% off the free throw line. The 3 belongs to Dee Shepard, who now leads the team at 10.6 points per game, and she drives on the left side, lays it in off the left. Shepard, the freshman, right on time there out of Pontotoc. The 4 spot belongs to Zaire Burgess. Burgess, the sophomore out of Oxford, Mississippi, and the 5 belongs to Cleo Worrells. Worrells leads the team at a 58% clip from the floor. She also, that freshman there, out of Hinesville, Georgia. So ICC with an early 2-0 lead here in the first quarter, and they'll go into a 1-3-1 defense there on the defensive end. Driving left side baseline shot, gets up in under the glass off of ICC, a partial block there out of bounds. Dee Shepard there on the block for the Indians. 4 seconds on the shot clock, so if you're Coach Sharon Thompson, you got to have something happening quick here for your Lions. Inbound pass comes in, out deep to 3. Got to make something happen. Pass down to the baseline, up and good at the buzzer. That was Lancaster who got it to go right there at the buzzer.
2-2. We just started the game. 9 minutes left in the first quarter. ICC 2, East Mississippi Ladies 2.
Full court pressure there. East Mississippi knocks the basketball out of bounds. Advancing it is ICC. 26 seconds on the shot clock. Shepard will throw this one in. Overton running the show as the point guard. She'll be defended out top by Lancaster. Man-to-man in the defensive set for the Lions, coached by Sharon Thompson. 3-1 on the year is East Mississippi as Burgess off the right side gives back to Overton. Overton with 12 on the clock pulls up off the baseline, in and good. Nice looking stroke.
Nice start for Indians. 2 for 2 from the field. 4-2 Indians here early in the first quarter.
Little press action for ICC here off the made basket as well. As East Mississippi settles back in. You see Jemiah Hollings with the basketball there. Hollings banged up a little bit in the pregame, but she turned an ankle. And you can see her even out there now, guys, running just a little bit gingerly, trying to get back on the defensive end. Pass over the top of everybody's head to Worrells. Now over across the floor to Burgess, now back up top with Overton. Jim, these are two teams that are very similar when you look at just the numbers. ICC comes into the night averaging 73 points per game, 68 points per game for East Mississippi as Guest pulls up for three off the right iron, no good. Rebound is good by Burgess, and she's able to put it in and off the glass on the right side there. So good putback there for Zaire Burgess, and that expands ICC's lead out to 6-2.
Good start for the Lady Indians. You're right, Jordan. Both these teams are very similar, and whoever wins tonight will be first place in the Northern Division.
Well, looking a little deeper at that, I mean, ICC shoots it at a 39% clip. East Mississippi, 39% clip as well, as there's a basket for East Mississippi, and again, back into that press quickly. But both of those teams look a lot alike as Jackson gets credited with the basket there and a foul. First foul call of the game comes to the 7:28 mark in the first quarter.
6-4, Lady Indians up here early, 7:28 left in the first period.
First foul on Jackson, the freshman out of Ripley. First foul call for either team. As East Mississippi, ICC kind of gone both the same way here so far, as you see press off the inbounds and settling back into man-to-man defense. As a whistle away from the basketball, they're going to say Burgess with either an illegal screen or a push-off down on the low block. So an offensive foul on Zaire Burgess, ICC's first. We've got a whistle, and here comes those fresh substitutions into the game for Coach Robin Porter. You see a brand-new five coming out there. You'll see Amelia Hatch, Chloe Edwards in the game, Mariah Holland in the game. I believe that's Nadia Gillespie over across the way, as well as our Destiny Harris into the game as well. So 5 fresh faces. 3 minutes into the game, Porter is able to put some fresh bodies out there. East Mississippi off the back glass for three, no good. Rebound falls right into Jackson's hand. It's front iron, no good. Third chance, though, goes in for, was it 30?
Staples made the basket.
So back all tied here at 6, under 7 to play in the first quarter. Edwards over there kicks back out top to Hatch. East Mississippi's only got 10 ladies on the travel squad tonight. ICC's already played 10 in the first 4 minutes of the game.
You're right, Jordan. We can go 13 deep if we need to.
Hatch has it on left side wing, under 10 to shoot. Working off a screen from Holland. Now into the lane, pull-up jumper there. Can't get it to go off right side, and rebounds easily controlled underneath by Jemiah Hollings. Hollings, you can tell, she's very ginger on that right ankle. Struggling to get up and down the floor, but she's been out there all the way through so far. As Coach Thompson has her a fresh 5 faces over there at the scorer's table ready to check in. As drilling that one home is Lancaster. Her 4th points here the first quarter, and East Mississippi's taking their first lead.
On the 6-0 run, 8-6 East Mississippi here with 6 minutes left in the first period.
You don't see this much, guys. There's not one player sitting on the bench for East Mississippi.
That's
all
amazing.
5 that are checking in are there at the scorer's table. Coach Thompson has 10 tonight. She's about to play all 10 of them here early on. Gillespie drives off left side, tries to spin, loses her balance, gives out to Hatch out top, and hits the floater there in the middle of the lane. Amelia Hatch, who comes off the bench to average the 3rd most points on the team at 8.4, goes into the scoring column.
Good job by Hatch. Ties the game 8 apiece, 5:35 left the first period.
Nice job navigating through the press for East Mississippi. 3-pointer won't go, but the second chance effort gets up and in for Hollings. And East Mississippi has controlled the glass here early in this one, guys.
Give Hollins credit. Like we said, she turned her ankle during warm-ups. Toughing it out right now.
She's going to get called for a foul there, as Coach Thompson's a little frustrated with her as she wants her to get back and forth, play defense with your feet, not necessarily with your hands. And she got called for the foul there about 90 feet away from the basket. So 5 fresh faces check in. So you've got another fresh face on the floor for ICC as Lamaya Pfeiffer checks in. So you've seen Coach Robin Porter go 11 deep here early on, 10 deep for Coach Thompson with East Mississippi. Here comes Harris up the left sideline. She's fouled from behind. Just an easy call there. As you run up behind somebody and nudge them with the elbow, you're going to get called.
10-8. East Mississippi up by 2, 5:14 left in the first period.
That foul there goes on Shakira Wilson. Wilson's first, the freshman out of Southeast Lauderdale High School down around Meridian. Leads the team in 3-point percentage on the year. As the inbound comes to Holland with a left hand too hard off the glass. Pfeiffer fought for the rebound, was able to knock it off of a lady in red, though, out of bounds, so ICC will retain possession. 10-8, East Mississippi leads, 5:09 to go in the first quarter. It's an 8-2 run for the Lions, have given them the lead here at the 5:09 mark.
Good effort by Piper to keep the ball alive. Force East Mississippi to tip it out of bounds. Indians have the ball.
Gillespie going to throw in the basketball for the Indians. Pass comes in down low to Harris. Off the left side, no good. Gets her own rebound. Back up a second time, no good off the right side. Third chance for Pfeiffer, won't go. And there's a whistle and a tie-up. Possession arrow is going to belong to East Mississippi. And the Lions, after a good defensive stand, are going to get back to basketball. And you see Coach Thompson subbing just frequently here. 4 more coming onto the floor. She's letting everybody keep fresh legs.
No doubt about it. And give ICC some credit there. We missed 4 shots in a row, but we hit the boards. Just couldn't get it to go in.
Because it's a team in East Mississippi that hits the boards hard. They average over 47 rebounds per game. It's about 5 more than ICC does, and they've really hit the boards hard here early on. It's breaking the press. Here comes the line, straight into the middle at the logo. Pull-up jumper will not go there for Staples, and the rebound's brought out of there by Mariah Holland. Nice job by Holland, that time on the glass. Gives to Hatch. Hatch up the floor. Freshman out of Ripley as well, so you've got 2 freshmen from Ripley in this game tonight. Sierra Jackson started for East Mississippi, and then Amelia Hatch off the bench for ICC. There's a whistle away from the basketball. Lamaya Pfeiffer's going to get called for that one. So 2 offensive fouls are the only 2 foul calls for ICC so far. 1 for Burgess and 1 for Pfeiffer.
I believe they're both for moving screens.
So as we mentioned, the freshman out of Ripley for ICC's Amelia Hatch. Freshman out of Ripley for East Mississippi. That's Sierra Jackson. I'm going to guess that was probably a pretty good Ripley team.
They were a very good Ripley team.
Don't have a choice but to be. Reminds me of a couple weeks ago when Holmes was up here and they had 4 ladies that had all played high school ball together.
Right.
Were all sophomores. They were all in the starting lineup. The inbound comes there to Wilson. Wilson's the one you got to watch from 3-point range. She shoots it at 35%, which doesn't sound great, but that is the best percentage from behind the arc for East Mississippi. It's ball knocked loose. Holland's got it, and that's almost got to be a foul from behind. But they're going to say a good job by Amelia Strong to get in there and tie up the basketball. Possession arrow now will belong to ICC.
10-8, East Mississippi up. 4:18 left in the first period.
It's been a defensive battle here so far. We expected to see that. As baseball pass comes in up the floor to Dee Shepard. Shepard in 2-on-2 up the left side, working off the glass, won't go. Rebound's going to be controlled out top by Harris, and a whistle from behind, and they're going to say that Lancaster got her from behind on the rebound. As Harris got over there, controlled the basketball, and got a nudge from behind.
Jordan, we're not making our shots, but we are hitting the boards. We've gotten several offensive rebounds. Eventually they'll go down.
Got to get shots. Got to be able to make shots to win basketball games, and that's been the struggle here so far in this one. Dee Shepard, inbound pass to Holland. Left side, off the glass, in and good. There's Mariah Holland, the sophomore, checking into the scoring column. And she had a great night here a week ago. I guess it was 2 weeks ago now when you consider the ice storm last week. But she really showed up well on the offensive end a couple weeks ago.
Tied up, 10 apiece, 3:50 left in the first period.
Lancaster with the ball out top, just being plagued defensively by Harris. Finally gets rid of it to Jackson. Jackson starts right, gives back to Lancaster. Lancaster driving the lane, gives off to Alexander, who drives off baseline. Back to Lancaster, 3 on the shot clock. Got to make something happen here late. Left hand up, back iron no good. Rebound batted around, tie up again, and another jump ball. Well, it looked like Holland was in good position for the rebound, but Amaria Strong got in there, got her hands on the basketball, and wrestled it out of her hands.
10 apiece, 3:30 left in the first period.
I don't know if I've ever seen more substitutions in a basketball game than we've had in the first 6 minutes and 29 seconds here tonight. Both teams just subbing in and out freely. You'd have to expect Coach Thompson's doing that because she knows how deep Coach Porter is over on the other bench. She knows over the course of the fourth quarter here later tonight, she's going to have fresh legs out there. Jackson with it off the right side elbow, being defended by Warriors. Bounce pass down low, ball's knocked loose, and a slight whistle, and a foul's going to be called on Dee Shepard. I guess they're going to say Shepard got her from behind.
I didn't even hear the whistle.
Actually, the call went on Mariah Holland. I thought Shepard had to be it because she was the one in defense, but they'll say Holland got her from behind, I guess. Third team. Well, it just went down to, I think they gave it to the wrong person.
Yep.
Yes, it was on Dee Shepard. It had to be on Shepard there. So 1 foul on Shepard, 1 on Burgess, and 1 on Pfeiffer for ICC. Now here off the interception, Harris up the left side, lay in. Good job of getting the defender up in the air as Souza just couldn't stay with that play fake. She's able to get it on the second pump fake to go in.
12-10, Lady Indians up, 3 minutes left in the first period.
6 made field goals for ICC. by 6 different people so far tonight. Harris has a bucket, Hatch has a bucket, Holland has a bucket, Overton with 2, Burgess with 2, and Shepard with 2 points. So 6 different players have combined for that 12 points here through the first 7 minutes of the contest.
And, Jordan, you look at our stats, we are balanced scoring for the year.
And no one on the team for ICC averaging more than 10 points per game. Shepard's and Overton are at 10 points per game. Hatch and Burgess are right behind at 8 points per game. It's just really been a team that has been very unselfish on both ends. A good job driving up the baseline there for East Mississippi in the lay-in.
I believe that was strong.
By Strong.
Tied it up 12 apiece, 2:30 left in the first period.
Orioles with it down low. First look down low for ICC tonight. She tries to get it to go. Will it roll around and go in? It will not, and they're going to say a whistle, and it's a traveling violation on Cleo Orioles. That's been Cleo's problem there, is when she's had to put the basketball on the floor.
Needs to go ahead and go up with it when you get down low like that.
She subs off the floor after that. Nadia Gillespie back into action here at the 2:27 mark in the first quarter. It's been a constant press from both teams, but both teams have done a pretty decent job of taking care of the basketball here early on in this one. Up the right side, trying for the lay-in. Basket goes, foul in the process. Tamara Alexander will go to the line for the and one. It's a good job there by East Mississippi to get in behind the press, get the basketball to the baseline. I know they had numbers there. Alexander was able to finish it herself. Draws the foul from Mariah Holland. It'll go to the line for one more.
First free throw in the game.
East Mississippi shoots it at a 64% clip as a team. That one goes down for Alexander and gives East Mississippi the lead all the way out at 15-12. So largest lead of the night here for the Lady Lions.
And Davs just checked in for the Lady Indians.
So as by my count, that's 12 deep, I believe, off the bench for Coach Porter here tonight. As basketball thrown loose. East Mississippi keeps it in bounds. They had a 3-on-0 fast break, and they butchered it. They weren't able to do anything with it. Basketball flies out of bounds off of ICC. But that was an opportunity where it looked like ICC thought it was going to be a backcourt violation. They didn't get in a hurry to go touch the basketball. East Mississippi had a golden opportunity to score and just kind of fiddled around with the basketball.
We were very fortunate. 2 minutes left in the first period, 15-12. East Mississippi Lady Lions up on our Lady Indians.
Wilson to throw it in off the baseline, gets the basketball into Alexander, trying for a look down low with Strong, who starts right now back left, kicks out 3, airballed, no good, and rebounded by Dabs, and she rebounded it with a foot out of bounds. So Dabs was in a good position for the rebound. She probably didn't think so due to the airball, but she was standing out with a foot out of bounds. I think that right heel was on the out of bounds line when the basketball came down. Alexander defended by Guess out top. Now kick right side to Wilson. Whistle and a kicked ball out of bounds. East Mississippi will retain possession with 12 seconds. Now they're going to reset it to 15 seconds, I think, on the shot clock. Yes, that's right. They reset it back to 15. 1:45 to go here in the first quarter. 15-12 and a back-and-forth affair so far. You can see they're running sets, trying to get the basketball to Wilson in a three-point shooting situation there in the corner. She drove the lane, though, that time, couldn't get it to go, and ICC pushes the basketball on the rebound. Hatch all the way out top. Right side now to Harris. Harris will go up the baseline, gives the Dabs. Now back to to Guess, who banks in the 3 off the left wing.
I heard her. She called bank.
She called bank. The bank's open here tonight in Fulton. East Mississippi with a couple good looks out top, gets the rebound. They've really hammered the offensive boards well so far tonight, Jim.
They have. They're hitting the boards. We're all tied apiece, 15 apiece. A minute left in the first period.
Strong now all the way right side corner. Three-pointer won't go. Rebound on the putback. Would have been good if it went. They'll say, I believe, Dabs got her in the back on the shot. So foul goes on Janice Dabs, her first, team's 4th. But we'll see Amaria Strong go to the free throw line here for 2. Amaria Strong, someone that has not played a lot this year for East Mississippi. She was only averaging about 4 points per game, averaging about 4.5 minutes per game. Hadn't seen her play a whole lot, but she's seen a lot of minutes here early in the first quarter. First free throw is up and good. That was Strong's, let's say, 7 of 8 from the free throw line so far this year. So she hasn't played a lot, but she shot the free throws well when she's been in there. Makes the first one, misses the second one, and gets the board again. East Mississippi, another good look. Whistle, and that's a charge call.
Good job.
Great job down low there by Gillespie and getting set, but, that call is being made due to the elbow that was thrown out there. It's a little push-off action. from East Mississippi. An offensive foul. That one will go against Amarius Staples as they got the rebound off the free throw, had a good look at it, but are played by the offensive foul.
16-15, lines up by 1, 54 seconds left in halftime.
It's hard to
first period.
It's hard to keep up with who's on the floor for ICC right now. They're subbing in and out so frequently. As Hatch passes right side corner to Gillespie. He's going to pull up for three out of the corner. Back iron no good. Rebounded over there by Harris. Now back to Hatch out top of the key as the shot clock resets. Down low to Cleo Warriors off the low block on the right side. Working through traffic. Gets it up, no good, but called for another walk. That's been the problem. When she's had to put that basketball on the floor, she's been prone to shuffle the feet. Warriors, the freshman out of Hinesville, Georgia, the Bradwell Institute, has done a great job on the rebounding all year long. She's really been a force on the glass. But when she's had to put that basketball on the floor, she's got into some trouble. ICC force another turnover. Here comes Nadia Gillespie into the lane. Floater, will it go? Back iron, no good. Rebound herself up on the right glass. This time it goes. And that's why you hit the glass, Nadia. As you go up, miss the shot, get your own rebound. Easy one off the right side glass that time. 10 seconds to play. EMCC got to be quick on the offensive end. Souza, the starting point guard, has it out top. 3 on the shot clock. Got to make something happen quick. They're going to have to pull up a shot. Good if it goes out of the corner, but it's airballed. As that time, Tamara Alexander had to throw one up right as the buzzer was about to sound. It didn't hit anything. And ICC, after trailing by 3 at 15-12, goes on a run here, 5-1 run to take back the lead at 17-16 at the end of the first quarter. Let's take a break. We'll come back with second quarter action after this. This is ICC basketball on the ICC Sports Network.
Why settle for a checking account that just holds your money? Renaissance Rewards Extra gives you so much more. Like savings at more than 400,000 retailers, 24/7 roadside assistance, a cell phone protection plan worth up to $400, $25 in ATM fee refunds per monthly cycle, and a great interest rate when you meet 3 easy qualifications. Get extra today at rewardsextra.com. Renaissance Bank, understanding you. Member FDIC.
Gee willikers, this Coca-Cola Zero Sugar tastes mighty delicious.
Come on, buddy. It has 0 sugar.
But it tastes great.
Let's take the breakables away. If you keep lying like this, you'll be a puppet forever.
But it's the honest truth.
You'll never be a real boy.
It's no lie.
You're right. It's delicious.
Told you. I never lie.
Sorry, guys. I didn't see the motion that we were back here. I was watching the team come out of the huddle over there. 17-16, ICC leads East Mississippi. And, Jim, as we were talking about in that break there, 8 field goals made for ICC by 8 different players.
It's amazing. Balanced scoring. We've done it all year. We're continuing to do it tonight.
Coach Robin Porter's going 12 deep into her bench. And from what I can tell, everybody that's over there, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, that means 13. She's 13 deep. Everybody, I think, has played at this point.
No doubt. And we know East Mississippi only has 10 players stressed out tonight, and they've all 10 played.
Hatch trying to get it down low to Warriors and throws it out of bounds as Warriors had set up there off the left side block. It sails over her left shoulder out of bounds. Back into the full court press action goes the Lady Indians, leading 17-16. Early part here of the second quarter. Good look at 3 there, thought about by Staples, thinks against it, went for the pass down low. Now she gets it back in the corner, pulls up, airballed, and rebounded out top by Nadia Gillespie. 3 threes in a row for East Mississippi out of the corner have been airballed, as they're not a great three-point shooting team at 27% on the year. They're led by Wilson out there at 34.5%. But they've taken them pretty freely here so far tonight.
They have. And
Gillespie into the lane. Right side floater in and good. And Gillespie now leads the team with 4 points. As 8 players, as we mentioned, have scored. Gillespie leads ICC scoring with 4. Foul off the right side as Lancaster puts up the ball off the glass. Fouled at the last minute. I believe they're going to say that one's on Harris, her first, team's first here in the quarter. And that will send Lancaster to the free throw line.
It's our largest lead of the game. We're up by 3, 19-16, 9:06 left until halftime.
First free throw up and good for Lancaster. Lancaster shooting free throws at 100% on the year. 3 for 3.
There you go.
Has 5 fresh faces over at the scorer's table ready to come in for the Lady Indians. That free throw up and good, so 4 for 4 on the year for Lancaster from the stripe. So back into the game. Here comes Burgess, Overton, Edwards, Dee Shepard, as well as Mariah Holland, who's down low to throw in this basketball as the press gets set up by East Mississippi. Haven't seen a lot of Shamaria here early on tonight. Nice pass up front. Shepard with another nice pass trying to get it to Burgess. Ball was knocked loose, and they're going to say standing out of bounds when she touched it was Edwards diving in there for the basketball. So East Mississippi will get it back. Well, there was one good pass. There was almost a second. I thought that Dee had a pretty good look at it there and then thought against it.
Trying to being too unselfish. 19-18, Indians up by 1, 8:50 until halftime.
Souza being defended by Chloe Edwards out top, walks the basketball up the floor. Good motion on the offensive end here for East Mississippi. There's Lancaster down the lane, a whistle and contact, and that foul again against the Lady Indians. They're going to get Mariah Holland for that one. That's Mariah's problem there, is she gets herself into some foul trouble sometimes. That's her second. She'll sub off the floor, and we'll see Lamaya Pfeiffer, another sophomore from Independence, sub into the game. And that'll probably be all we see of Mariah here in the first half, as the foul trouble has bit her. Pass comes out top to Hollings. Hollings with that right ankle bothering. You can see as she put the basketball on the floor there, she was struggling, but a good pass to the right side. Ciara Jackson split the lane. Wide open layup off the right side, and quickly a forced turnover by EMCC. Quick 4-0 run, and it will convert as Lancaster gets that one to go, and I would imagine Coach Porter's going to burn a timeout. We'll take that timeout as well, as a quick 4-0 run there by EMCC is giving them the lead back at 22-19 with 8:22 to play here in the first half. This is ICC basketball on the ICC Sports Network.
Natalie, when she was first driving, she literally swerved off the road a lot because she was looking at herself in the mirror.
Maybe I look at life differently.
You don't call it over space, it's outer space.
But it's underwear.
The tab's right here. Look.
You always say chocolate's so weird. It's like chocolate.
Wherever the conversation takes you, we're here. This is Howie Sonic.
At Renaissance Bank, they understand consistency, they understand hard work, but most importantly, they understand you. Visit RenaissanceBank.com to learn more about the Rewards Extra checking account. And just ask Scarlett Guess if they understand it, because she's been the recipient of a banked-in 3 here tonight. Early on, the only 3 made so far tonight for the Lady Indians.
The only 3 made in the ball game.
That's true. 15 on the shot clock for the Lady Indians. Shepard loses the handle, now gives off to Chloe Edwards out top. Shepard thinking about dribble drive here. One-on-one, starts right, now back left. A little fadeaway jump shot off the baseline in, and good for the freshman out of Pontotoc. Good-looking stroke there for Dee.
Good job by Dee. Got the open jumper. Knocked it down, 22-21 Lions by 1, 7:45 left at halftime.
Back to a 1-point advantage for the Lady Lions. It's been a bit of a defensive battle here so far in this one. Both teams full court press all throughout the night, trying to force turnovers and let that roll into offense for their unit. Skip pass over the corner, had a look down low. Basketball was knocked loose, though, and ICC's forced another turnover. Overton, center of the floor, 3-on-3, pull up from the logo, off the back glass, no good, and rebounded out off the left side by East Mississippi. Now a 3-on-0 as Hollings has it out top, can't get the first layup to go, gets her own rebound, and it rolls around in and good. As that's the second time tonight that coverage is just completely busted over the top for ICC, and East Mississippi's had an unmatched fast break.
Give Hollings a lot of credit. She's still limping out there, but she's playing hard for East Mississippi.
We did not know if we'd see her play very much. It's about 15 minutes before the game started. When they were in layup line, she rolled that ankle and kind of rolled over off the sideline. Didn't look like she was going to be able to give it a go. As Shepard pulls up for 3, and the bank's open again.
We're banking the 3s in tonight.
As Renaissance Bank got credited with the first one, let's give that one to the Bank of Okolona. As the bank is open here in Fulton tonight, all the banks are open.
Tied up, 24 apiece, 6:35 left to halftime.
Dee Shepard with a little spark plug for ICC here in the second quarter. The Indians have tied it back up at 24 apiece. Souza out top, now right side to Staples. Going to try to drive baseline, kicks over again to Hollings, and Hollings gets it to go and is fouled in the process. Well, you can't tell from the scoring column that Hollings is playing on one leg, really. If she's got 6 points, she's going to the line for one more. As quite the gutsy performance out there tonight so far for Jemiah Hollings, the sophomore out of West Point.
And she's 6'1", so she's really tall underneath. Positions herself well, knows how to make those little bank shots. Give her credit.
Well, she does position herself well, Jim, and you can look at the stat sheet and tell. Averaging a double-double, 11.8 rebounds per game, 10 points per game. She's already got 6 points tonight, and she's probably got the rebounds to go along with it. There's the free throw. Back iron, no good. She almost got her own rebound, but they're going to say an over-the-back call. That's her second personal. So in a spot where ICC probably wants to get Miss Hollings off the floor for a little while, they're going to have that opportunity. As here comes a substitution, it's Keanu Thomas. We'll check into the game. Freshman out of Lawrence County High School in Monticello. And that may be all we see of Hollings here in the first half. Inbound to Hatch. Hatch and Gillespie working through the press. A lazy pass, lucky to get it to D.D. Shepard there. As Shepard controls the basketball with 20 on the clock. Coach Porter still trying to get that play call in, get the set right. Working off screen from Pfeiffer. Shepard into the lane, going to fade away once again off left side. It hits the bottom of the net. DeDe's hot from the field goal percentage.
She's feeling. She's got 7 points already in the second quarter. Tied up 26 apiece, 5:50 till halftime.
There she is on defense as well, cutting off the basketball with Shakira Wilson. Lancaster with it out top. Back to Souza, pull up three out of the corner. It's going to rattle around, no good. Rebound bouncing all over the place like a pinball, and finally Pfeiffer's able to get it. Hatch pushes pass up to Gillespie. Gillespie picks up dribble off right side. Now, can she do it again? Shepard, bottom of the net once again. She's hot. As you see her celebrating a little bit out there. As you can't help it when you hit 5 shots in a row. You feel like everything you throw up there is going to go in.
No doubt. Shepard already in double figures here with 11 points.
We've seen that happen with DeDe a couple times. There she strips it away. She's got it herself out front. 2-on-1. She gives off to Harris. Harris with contact. A blocking foul that's Hatch out there instead. She's fouled and will go to the line. As you see, DeDe's over there and she's going to check herself out of the basketball game here. She looks worn slap out. And when you play like that, you give yourself a little credit, and you get to go over there and get a breather. As DeDe Shepard has taken over the second quarter here tonight at the Davis Event Center.
I mean, she's got 9 points. She's 4 for 4 in this quarter. Take yourself out.
If you're Coach Robin Porter, you say, get you a little drink of water and get a breath, and within 30 seconds, you're going to be right back out there. As Pfeiffer, down low, tries to get a shot up. She's fouled. That should be a shooting foul, and it is. It'll allow her to go to the line for 2.
First time we've gone to the line all night.
You're right. 5-minute mark of the second quarter. ICC's not attempted a free throw. As that foul goes on Ciara Jackson, her second, team's third. And we'll see Pfeiffer to shoot free throws. Pfeiffer, 2 of 5 off the free throw line so far this year.
East Mississippi has shot 6 tonight. They're 4 of 6 from free throw line.
As Lamaya steps up to the line, couple dribbles as she awaits that first shot. Here it comes. It's in and good. So a non-conventional looking stroke there for Lamaya, but hey, if it works, it works. And now she's into the scoring column. That's 9 different Lady Indians into the scoring column here in the first half. The second shot from Pfeiffer up and good as well. So out to a 4-point lead, matches the largest lead of the night here for ICC. Under 5 to play in the first half. Trying to be disruptive with that defensive front and the press. So they're going to sit back still into a man-to-man defense. Well, they switched it into a zone there at the last minute. It's off the corner. Big foul down low by Pfeiffer as Thomas drove that baseline. That's where they've tried to get the basketball. They've tried to get it into the corner and then penetrate off the baseline there. That's where I would say 50% of their scoring opportunities have been, is right there off that right side block. They like to get it right into the corner and drive off the baseline.
Jordan, you're right, and they've shot, I believe, 5 3-pointers, have not made any, so they need to keep going inside to try to catch up here. Again, 30-26, Indians up by 4, 4:42 to halftime.
That foul is on Pfeiffer, her second. His first free throw by Thomas is off the right iron, no good. So 2 ladies in foul trouble for ICC. Holland has 2, Pfeiffer has 2. Same for East Mississippi, 2 with Hollings and 2 with Jackson. His second free throw is up and good there for Thomas, her first points of the night. Press breaker opportunity for the Indians. It's Hatch with the left hand up the lane. A little contact there all the way. The glass lays it in off the left side. Amelia Hatch breaks the press all on her own and puts the basketball in the hole.
Nice job. The largest lead of the game for the Indians, up by 5, 32-27.
4:25 to play here in the first half. As ICC's going a little run here offensively, led by the defense. Defense leads the offense. Coach Porter tells us that just about every post game, his missed shot there for the Lions, rebounded by Nadia Gillespie. I'm a defensive coach. I preach defense. If we play good enough defense, the points will come. And so far tonight, that has definitely been the case. Burgess off the left side elbow, picks up her dribble at the free throw line. A lazy pass there picked off by Shakira Wilson. Wilson just turned around and was able to pick up the basketball. That's those turnovers that Porter wants to be able to eliminate from her team. That's one of the things she says that's one place they can really improve is in the turnover margin. Forcing way too many turnovers. From a step inside the three-point line, another air ball over there, that time from Staples. Landed right in the hands of Boosie Burgess. Now quick pass up the floor to Warriors, and right there off the left side, she's able to get it to go. That time she did the right thing. She didn't put the basketball on the floor. She's the tallest lady out there. She just put it right up off the glass.
Good job, Lady Indians. Largest lead of the night, up by 7. 3:15 left to halftime.
And Cleo, the 10th lady to go in the scoring column here tonight for ICC. They're going to try to get everybody in the scoring column tonight if they're not careful. Souza down low now, back to Thomas. Thomas, very athletic move there off the block. Started left, got back around Cleo Warriors and laid it in with the right hand.
34-29, Lady Indians up by 5.
Another interception. This is what East Mississippi does. They score, they first force turnovers and try to put runs together. But here's one from ICC. It's Hatch knocks the basketball loose. 2-on-1 out front, off the right side, whistle and a foul. And she'll go to the line for 2 as Amaya Staples hit her from behind as she went up for the layup off the right side. Second foul on Staples. So now 3 starters with 2 fouls for East Mississippi. 3 for Hollings, 3 for Jackson, 3 for Staples, 1 for Lancaster. Souza has not fouled tonight. So if you only travel 10, you try to play all 10 of those, but you get into that kind of foul trouble. Makes for some interesting decisions down the stretch.
No doubt about it. Hatch trying to extend the lead. Indians up 34-29, 2:46 until halftime. Hatch shooting 2 from the free throw line.
Staples subs off the floor. Lancaster back in there. It's Coach Thompson trying to get her unit set out there. As Hatch will go to the line here for 2. 10 of 12 from the free throw line so far this year for an 83% clip. A little short on the first one there for Amelia. As the team has shot the free throws pretty well at 71% on the year. Haven't had many opportunities so far here tonight, though. So here comes the second one for Hatch. It's in and good, so she shoots 1 of 2 off the line there. And she'll sub off the floor. Shamaria Overton will come back in after the made free throw.
6-point lead. Lady Indians up 35-29, 2:45 left to halftime.
Souza, Thomas, and Lancaster trying to work against this press as ICC wants to trap the basketball across the midline if they can. Lancaster's able to work it up the floor, though, against Harris. Shepard got a hand out there. Man, she's active out there in the passing lanes. Ball goes down low off the right side block, no good, and rebound cleaned up by Cleo Warriors. That's what you want from Cleo. She's in there for the rebounds, and she did a good job right there. Gillespie, pull up 3 out of the corner, rolls around it, wanted to go, would not quite go, though, there, and Thomas with the rebound. Now basketball quickly up the floor with Alexander. Off the feet of Overton, out of bounds. And that kind of slows things back down as that track meet that sometimes breaks out in the ladies' action had right there.
Good defense. 35-29, Lady Indians up by 6, 2:10 left until halftime.
Opportunity for a big close to the half here for ICC as they've led by as much as 7, lead it by 6 now at the 2:10 mark. Watch Dee Shepard here on the defensive end. She is so active, even when the basketball's not right in front of her. She has a great feel for the game down there. It's a zone defense here for the Indians. 1-3-1, and she's going to get a charge call there. Just right on time, and she feels the game coming to her on the defensive end. Just perfect job getting set there and drawing the charge. And I believe that one's going to go on Lancaster. That's her third, or they said third foul. I only had her with 2, or with 1, excuse me. That's 3 on Markima Lancaster. So
big.
Of the 5 starters, 3 of them have 2 fouls, and Lancaster has 3.
Jordan, we got a 6-point lead. We got the ball, 35-29, a minute 54 left to half.
Carnage on the floor. Souza gets it left side. She's fouled. She'll go to the line for 2. As the ball was knocked loose, East Mississippi dives in there for it, lands right there in the hands of Souza on the left side, but she's fouled, and we'll go to the line for 2.
Jordan, we've got a good lead, 6-point lead here with a minute 50 left and a half, but we're turning the ball over too much. We could be extending that lead.
That would be the one place where you could say that the ladies have struggled here tonight. It's in the turnover column as East Mississippi's pressing them every single possession. East Mississippi only forces about, I was looking at the wrong number. They force 20 turnovers a game, and they're well on their way to doing that here again tonight. As they turned it over about 18 times themselves, as free throw, second one missed there for Souza, but they forced 20 turnovers. That's a big number. That translates to a lot of offense. As our Destiny Harris up off the glass, rolls around no good. Rebound batted around out top to Dee Shepard, and she lets the offense reset a bit. Shepard out to Gillespie, who pulls up from a step inside the three-point line. Won't go. Worrells and Overton fought for the rebound. They got it. Couldn't get the second shot to go. Overton finally gets it for a fourth time, and she puts it up and is fouled.
Great.
Look at Dee Shepard out there. I mean, that just pumps you up. 4 opportunities on the offensive end and finally fouled. Overton will go to the line for 2.
Great offensive rebound by the Lady Indians. 35-30, up by 5. Shooting 2 here at the free throw line. 1:24 left to halftime.
Overton shoots it at 65.5% off the free throw line. That's one place where she's talked about wanting to be able to improve her game. One place where she feels like she can improve is there off the free throw line. Here's the first one. It's front iron, no good. And that's one thing you're seeing from these ladies a lot. They're not quite getting the basketball there. They're missing on the short end. 5-point lead, 1:25 to go here in the first half. There's a second one. It's back iron, but it came back down through the hoop for Overton, so she splits the 2 there off the free throw line.
36-30. Indians up by 6. 1:15 left to halftime.
Good ball movement on the offensive end for East Mississippi. Alexander driving through the lane, contact foul, and that's the right call again. She'll go to the line with 1:07 remaining in the first half, as that arm was just barred as she tried to put it up off the right side. They're going to get Shamaria Overton for that foul call, her second, team's 5th. That'll probably be it for her, and yes, it is, as she's going to sub off the floor. Scarlett Guest comes back in. And Tamara Alexander, 1 of 2 off the free throw line so far here tonight. She'll go to the line here for 2. There's the first one up and good for Alexander, the sophomore out of Bolton, Mississippi. I have no idea where Bolton, Mississippi is at.
I believe that's down south.
She went to Clinton,
toward
so
Jackson.
It's got to be around Jackson.
It's around Jackson area. She made them both, didn't she?
She made both of those. Good job off the line. Back to a 4-point lead. ICC's had it out to as much as 7. I just can't push it past that point right there. It's under 1 minute to play here in the first half.
Indians with the ball and a 4-point lead.
Hatch off the screen. Now going to go give and go down low with, that's Dabbs, checked back into the game. Swing pass trying to get it to Shepard's, picked off by Souza. So East Mississippi's got a chance here to cut into more of the lead. Under a minute to go in the first half. Free throws if ICC fouls here for East Mississippi, as they are into the bonus here late in the second quarter. Souza over to Alexander, straight on 3, banked in again. That's the 3rd banked 3 we've seen here in the first half. Only 1 of 7 from downtown, though, for East Mississippi.
It counts.
It counts the same, doesn't it? A quickly forced turnover, and East Mississippi has the lead. I didn't catch the number on
Wilson,
who scored.
number
that.
1.
Wilson, 1. First scoring chance of for her tonight, as that press has given East Mississippi back the lead. They trailed it by as much as 6 at under a minute to go. They have the lead by 1. Hatch into the lane. She's fouled from behind with 4.3 seconds remaining. She'll go to the line with an opportunity to regain the lead back, but Coach Robin Porter is not going to be happy with the way her team's performed in the last minute.
Give the Lady Lions credit. That press has hurt us all night.
That foul goes on Wilson, her second. So that will be a conversation had in the locker room at the half, as the first free throw's up and good by Hatch, so back tied at 37. But Coach Thompson's got to be thinking, I've got a lot of foul trouble I'm going to have to navigate here in the second half. Here's the second one coming from Hatch. It's in and good. So good job there off the charity stripe by Hatch. And now ICC just wants to hold him for 4 seconds. Ball knocked loose. Who's it off? They're going to say off the hand of Amelia Hatch. Clock stops at 1.7. They'll inbound it from right here in the middle of the floor, right at the midcourt stripe. And you got to be careful here, Jim. You don't want to foul on the inbound pass and give them a chance to shoot free throws as time expires.
Indians up 38-37, 1.7 seconds left. East Mississippi has the ball, trying to score before halftime.
Strong's going to throw it in right here in front of the broadcast table, and there's whistle and a timeout. I guess it's that use it or lose it timeout over there for Coach Sharon Thompson. We'll take it with her as they draw something up here at the end of the first half. This is ICC basketball on the ICC Sports Network.
The outlook for overpriced pizza has never been better. Who's gonna stop us?
Sir, Little Caesars has the lowest price pizza delivered, guaranteed.
We're not Big Pizza, we're Little Caesars. Get $5 off your first delivery.
Pizza.
Parmesan, Asiago, and fresh mozzarella.
All this cheesing is rather pleasing.
Yep, tastes like $1,000,000.
Pepperoni cheeser. Only $7.
Pizza.
Tommy Chambly and First American National Bank have been customer-driven and community-focused since 1964. With locations from Iuka to Tupelo, visit famb.bank for more information. 1.5 seconds on the inbound. Got a good look off the back glass, and it's in and good.
The fourth bank three-pointer of the night.
Shakira Wilson, we said earlier, she's the three-point weapon, and she uses it right there off the back glass. And you know, guys, every team's got one person they want to go to for that. Credit to Coach Thompson over there for calling that timeout. They easily could have let the clock run out, gone to the locker room, and felt pretty good about where they stood, only trailing by a point. But she uses that timeout, gets a look, not a great look. I mean, it's 55 feet away from the basket. But those points count just as much as any other ones do, Jim.
Jordan, I've never seen a game, and we're only at halftime where I've seen 4 banked three-pointers go in.
And the lead has just gone back and forth throughout the first half here. We'll talk about all that for you coming up in the halftime show. Golly, I'm saying pregame again. Halftime brought to you by Little Caesars. We'll have that for you here in a minute. Jim will take a look at our scoring column from the first half, and we'll look back at everything that happened. It was an entertaining first half, back and forth all the way through, and it's capped off by an interesting shot there at the end on a bank three at the buzzer. Let's take a break. We'll be back with Little Caesars Halftime Report. This is ICC Basketball on the ICC Sports Network.
The outlook for overpriced pizza has never been better. Who's gonna stop us?
Sir, Little Caesars has the lowest price pizza delivered, guaranteed.
We're not Big Pizza, we're Little Caesars. Get $5 off your first delivery.
Pizza.
Parmesan, Asiago, and fresh mozzarella.
All this cheesing is rather pleasing.
Yep, tastes like $1,000,000.
Pepperoni cheeser. Only $7.
Pizza.
Hey Indian fans, I'm Ricky Murphy, real estate agent, Tommy Morgan Realtors, and I'm also a proud alumni of the All-American Marching Band. Itawamba Community College was my home for 2 years, and where you decide to make your home will be one of the most important decisions of your life. Whether you're looking to create a plan to buy your first home, or if you're ready today to make a move into your forever home, give me a call or send me a message so we can discuss your next move. And for my family, Roll Tribe!
When I came back to school this year, I brought my bank with me, and the student checking account at First American National Bank was perfect for me. No monthly fees and no minimum balance, and I can manage my money right from the app. I can do all my banking with text messaging if I want, and I can deposit a check just by taking a photo. It's that easy at FAMB.
I took my bank to college with me.
I took my bank to college with me.
My bank followed me to college.
I took my bank to college with me.
I took my bank to college with me.
It's that easy at First American National Bank.
This is the Little Caesars Halftime Report. The quickest pizza in Itawamba County just got even quicker thanks to the Little Caesars app. Just place your order from the convenience of your phone, and it'll be hot and ready before you can get to 1405 South Adams Street to pick that up. 40-38, EMCC leads what's been a wild one here at the halftime break from the Davis Events Center. We were just talking a minute ago, Jim, with 1:04 to go in the first half. ICC led by 6. They trailed by 2 at the half.
Amazing. You know, the pressure, the turnovers. I know that Coach Porter is talking to her team right now about the turnovers. If we don't have the turnovers, we got a 10 or 12-point lead here. We're turning the ball over, and they're taking advantage of it, especially late in the second quarter.
One thing that I'll like to watch coming out of the halftime break is how many games have you seen where the momentum just shifts on a shot like that right before the half? You hit that half-court shot, you know, anytime I feel like a team hits a three right at the buzzer, especially to change the lead the way this one did, and then you go to the locker room, all the energy's in the East Mississippi locker room right now, and if you're ICC, you feel kind of dejected as you played pretty decent in the first half and you're trailing.
There's no doubt about it. You know, we mentioned we had a 6-point lead there with a minute left in the halftime, and then turnover, they hit a long bank shot into the half, have a 2-point lead.
ICC led at 17-16 at the end of the first quarter, 40-38 here at the halftime break. Jim, by my count, we've got, I think I can count that high real quick, 10 ladies that have scored for ICC so far tonight. 10 ladies in the scoring column led by Dee Dee Shepard. But won't you take a little deeper look at those numbers for us?
Okay, Dee Dee Shepard has 11 points. She was 4 for 4 in the second period, really took over for us. Amelia Hatch has 7. Harris has 2. Mariah Holland has 2. Lamaya Pfeiffer has 2. Overton has 3. Worrells has 2. Gillespie has 4. Scarlett Guest has 3. And Burgess has 2. That's the 38 points. For East Mississippi, Tamara Alexander came off the bench, has 8 points. Jemiah Hollins had 6. Sarah Jackson, the Ripley native, has 4. Lancaster has 8. Strong has 3. Staples has 2. And Keanu Thomas has 3. They have 40 to 38 East Mississippi ladies up at halftime.
Couple things to watch as we move forward here into the second half. One, what will the energy look like coming out of the locker room? I think you're going to be able to tell a lot in the first 2 or 3 minutes of the second half here. Secondly, can ICC stop turning the basketball over left and right? I mean, that's a key there as well, is that the turnovers has really been what's plagued the Lady Indians. And I guess just for the third one to add on there is what can East Mississippi do with the foul trouble they're in? They've got 4 of the 5 starters, 3 of those have 2 fouls, 1 has 3 fouls, and then Shakira Wilson, who hit the 3 right there at the buzzer, who is far and away their best 3-point shooter, she's got 2 fouls as well. They only traveled 10 ladies here tonight, and 5 of them would be in what you consider foul trouble after the first half.
Jordan, you're right. That's a key point, and maybe we can run them, and we'll have fresh legs and more individuals to play in the fourth quarter.
As you know, Robin Porter will want to keep playing that depth as much as she can, as Adam Gore engineering the broadcast for us over here. He's getting ready to write me a message on this piece of paper, I believe. But we've got about 4 minutes remaining in the half. As also in action tonight, the men are on the road down at East Mississippi. In other action, though, around the league, as the way we're doing these things, now the women play at home, the men are on the road. That's the same with everybody. The other games around the league tonight, for the women, Delta is at Coahoma, and Northwest is at Northeast, which should be a pretty good one there. The men's action, Coahoma's at Delta, and Northeast is at Northwest. So that'd be a big game to watch there, too, as ICC plays host to Northeast next week. The men had a big game on Monday night here, knocking off Northwest, I thought, Jim.
No doubt about it. It's a big win, and we got to continue to win. Of course, it's a big game tonight with us on the road tonight. As you mentioned, we're looking down the road at this time. We're not playing Monday night, but next Thursday night, we have our rivals, Northeast men, coming in, which will be a big, big ball game.
So 23-17, the ICC men lead East Mississippi with 9 minutes to go in the first half. So a good lead there for ICC. Do what? Probably about 8 minutes to go by now, but a 6-point advantage for the Indians about halfway through the first half, give or take. Let's take a break. We'll come back with second half action here from Fulton as ICC trails East Mississippi 40-38 at the halftime break. This is the Little Caesars halftime report. Glad you're joining us for tonight's action from the Davis Event Center. This is ICC basketball on the ICC Sports Network.
The outlook for overpriced pizza has never been better. Who's gonna stop us?
Sir, Little Caesars has the lowest price pizza delivered, guaranteed.
We're not Big Pizza, we're Little Caesars. Get $5 off your first delivery.
Pizza, pizza.
Parmesan, Asiago, and fresh mozzarella.
All this cheesing is rather pleasing.
Yep, tastes like $1 million.
Pepperoni cheeser, only $7.
Pizza, pizza.
Ooh, fumble. Let's give her a Renaissance replay. Make the right call with Renaissance and get cell phone protection with Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking. Sign up today.
$5 for my own money?
That's a bad call. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Sign up for Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking with ATM refunds today.
Natalie, when she was first driving, she literally swerved off the road a lot because she was looking at herself in the mirror.
Maybe I look at life differently.
You don't call it over space, it's outer space.
But it's underwear.
The tab's right here, look.
You always say chocolate's so weird. It's like chocolate.
Wherever the conversation takes you, we're here. This is Howie Sonic.
Today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
You know what I remember when you were born?
Today tastes like a Sunday ritual. And it never tasted this good.
Almost ready for second half action here in Fulton as East Mississippi leads ICC 40-38. Jim, just a couple more things here before we get back started in the second half. It's amazing to me to watch how quickly Dee Shepard has taken over as the unsung hero for this team. I mean, really, as she goes, the team goes. It's really the way it's starting to look.
No doubt about it. And I have not seen a better quarter that she played. Second quarter, not only she was 4 for 4, she was taking charges, getting rebounds, starting the break. She played out of her mind, a tremendous second quarter. She got winded, took herself out. We need her strong in the third and fourth quarter.
Yeah, just as potent on the defensive end as she is on the offensive end. She took a charge. She had 2 steals right here in front of our face within about 3 possessions. I mean, it seemed like every time the basketball, sometimes the basketball just finds somebody, and that's kind of how it feels with her, is the basketball on either end of the floor just kind of finds its way into her hands.
Does a great job. Jordan, we talk about how talented, that Adam Gore is. I saw him write you notes with his left hand to give you the scores. I thought that was talented.
That's talented as Adams. Steering the ship for us over here tonight as the engineer, sports information director here at ICC, does a great job with that. And yes, you don't want me to write anything for you because you can't read any of my writing, but especially with my left hand, I would be better off putting the pen in my mouth and trying to draw with it or something. As getting ready to, I'm sure y'all are ready for that conversation to be over.
I started. I apologize.
As we were talking about Jemiah Hollings and how she had been banged up in the pregame, she is out there. She got in some foul trouble there for East Mississippi in the first half, had to spend some time on the bench, possibly tighten that ankle back up. Who knows? She is out there to open things up here in the second half, as it looks like the original starting lineups for both teams out there to open up here in the second half. It's out top with it is Souza. Now right side, good ball move. It finds Hollings early on. She's off the glass in and good. If she's hurting, you can't tell it. As she's able to lay up for the first possession here in the second half.
She's got 8 points, extends the lead to 4. For the Lady Lions.
There's Shepard with it off the left side wing. Man-to-man defense over there. She finds herself open. 3 if it goes. Bottom of the net, in and good for Dee Shepard. I'm telling you, it's got to look like a hula hoop up there for Dee right now.
Get her the ball.
Sometimes when you're coaching, you say make sure she gets a look on every single possession, and I think we're in that territory right now for Dee. She's going to get a look every single time down the floor. It's a zone defense this trip down for the Indians. Basketball down on the low block right side with Sierra Jackson. She finds Hollings, who has a lot of contacts fouled as she goes up. Lots of fouls called in the first half, really, for both teams, as ICC was in some foul trouble as well. They had 4 ladies with 2 fouls in the first half. That one's going to go against Cleo Worrells. It's her team's first foul called altogether here in the second half. We'll see Hollings go to the line here for 2. She did not shoot free throws in the first half.
They were 8 for 12 first half, East Mississippi was.
Well, and she's 8 for 12 on the year so far as she makes that one. So now 1 of 1 tonight is Hollings. So 2-point advantage here for the Lions, awaiting the second free throw from Hollings. The sophomore puts it up in and good as well.
And she's got 10 points.
So quickly back into the press off the made free throw. Basketball was knocked loose over there by East Mississippi's Lancaster, but it goes off her leg as it rolls out of bounds. Burgess got lucky on that one. That easily could have gone the other way off the turnover.
44-41, East Mississippi Lady Lions up by 3, 8:57 left in the third period.
Overton has the basketball out top, 20 on the shot clock, being defended out left side by Lancaster. Good movement down low by Shepard, and you can see they're going to try to get the basketball there. Worrells puts the basketball on the ground. Now to Burgess. Yes, right side wing. Now starts right back left. Back to Burgess off the right side, trying to get around Hollings. Lots of contact and a charge, and that's probably the right call. As she did a good job moving those feet. A little hand out front by Burgess, and that's going to be a foul called against her second personal. Team second here in the second half.
8:39 left in the third period. We mentioned East Mississippi Lady Lions up by 3.
And Burgess will sub off after that. Mariah Holland quickly back into the contest here in the second half. Extended press out there, trying to trap the basketball. Lancaster able to get it across the half-court stripe with 22 seconds on the shot clock. Lancaster, the de facto point guard here as they break the set. Souza now off the right side. Back to Lancaster into the lane. Passed it, trying to get it down low to Hollings. Ball was knocked loose and ended up in Scarlett Guess's hands. Walking the basketball up the floor is Overton. She's on the right side, swings it over to Holland. Holland wants to go down low, trying to find somewhere to go, and she just threw the basketball up. Luckily, Dee Shepard was there to pick it up. Shepard being defended closely over on the far side. Gets the basketball to Warriors, who spins away from everybody off the glass, couldn't get it to go. Gets her own rebound. Second effort up off the front iron in, and good, as the first one was just kind of thrown up there. But Warriors does a good job of getting her own rebound and putting it back a second time.
Good rebound by the Lady Indians. Down by 1, 44-43, 7:35 left in the third period.
Back to a one-point game. East Mississippi's led through the second half here. 3-point up, no good for Souza, and quickly rebounded by Overton. Overton shot out of a cannon up the floor, right side, layup in, and good, and the foul. She'll go to the line for one more. Shamaria Overton breaks the press on her own, finishes it, and she'll go to the line for the old-fashioned three-point play.
Good job by Overton.
That foul is on Lancaster, guys. That's her fourth personal. 4 fouls on Markema Lancaster. She averages 6 points per game, 4 rebounds per game. She started as the power forward tonight, and I would expect we're done seeing her here for a little while. 1 point advantage for ICC. First lead of the second half, and what's been a seesaw affair back and forth all the way through. Front iron, no good on the free throw. Basketball knocked out of bounds by Shepard, and East Mississippi will have it.
Indians up 45-44, 7:24 left in the third period.
Been a lot of that same press here so far for ICC. Really all night long, that's been the look they've given you on the defensive end. They sit in that press, they try to trap you at the half court, then they sit back into half court man-to-man when you get there. Shepard picks the basketball off again there at the elbow. 1-on-3. Will she pull it out or keep it herself? She keeps it, puts it up. A blocking foul called. She'll go to the line for 2. It's a great job navigating through the defenders, and Dee will have a chance from the free throw line. Foul goes on Souza. Her first personal. Team's second here in the second half.
I was hoping it was going against Holland. She was in there also, but they got Souza on the reach in.
And Holland's got 2 as well. And kind of in that situation where we know she's nursing that right ankle injury, but she's got to play. I mean, you've got to have her in there at this point. First free throw attempt of the night for Dee is up and good. That gives her 15 points tonight. Shepard, a better than 80% free throw shooter. 18 of 22 coming into the night. 1 of 1 for us tonight. Here's the second one. Up and good as well. As the freshman from Pontotoc having another great night, she'll sub off for a breather, and we'll see Amelia Hatch come in, and she'll run out top in that press. That's another thing Dee does, is that front person in that press who has the opportunity to go back and forth and try to trap the basketball. That's typically her spot out there. As Hatch comes in, and she'll try to do a good job there as well. As they had a chance to trap it there, good pass out front by Souza to break things, and now reset on the offensive end.
Lady Indians up by 3, 6:45 left in the third period.
There's Shakira Wilson with it out top. She hit the half-court shot at the buzzer to give East Mississippi the 2-point lead as they went to the locker room. Souza being defended over there by Scarlett Guess. 3-pointer airballed again by Wilson. Well, she hits one from half court and then airballs one from the right wing.
You know, Jordan, we've seen more tonight. More airballs from 3-point line and banked in 3-pointers.
Basketball just bouncing funny out there, huh? It's a 3-point lead for ICC. They have possession. 6:30 to play here in the third quarter as pass is picked off on the entrance. Another turnover there for ICC. Souza give and go to Thomas, and Thomas lays up off the left side, can't get it to go. Wilson rebounds it, pulls it out, and now they'll reset on the offensive end. As that's going to be a half court, they're going to say it was knocked. I guess somebody touched it. I couldn't tell that Overton had touched it, but she did get a hand on it there. No backcourt violation on that. Wilson pulls up for 3 off the left side this time. It caught a little bit of iron, but Thomas is there for the rebound again. Whistle on that, tied up. Possession arrow belongs to ICC, so ICC will get back the basketball. As Scarlett Guest subs off, Lamaya Pfeiffer subs off. We'll see Nadia Gillespie come into the game as well as Amelia Hatch. And our Destiny Harris in there now as well. Got to do a better job getting the basketball in if you're ICC. You got 3 guards in there with Hatch, Overton, and Harris trying to break that press. Harris has it out top, goes left side. Well, that's Harris with it there. Hatch gave to Harris. Now going left into the lane. Pull up there off the back glass, no good. Easy rebound down low by Wilson for East Mississippi.
Jordan, she tried to draw the foul. They backed off, missed the layup.
And those crazy shots like that are just easy rebounds for East Mississippi. What that also does is it doesn't allow you to get into a press, so they're able to quickly get the basketball back up the floor and get set on the offensive end. 15 on the shot clock. Down low to Thomas, who fades away with it off the iron, no good. Hollings with the rebound. She goes up, no good, but is fouled by Nadia Gillespie, and she'll have another opportunity off the stripe. Hollings is very active down there on the low block. She's back and forth from block to block. She does a good job of getting in there on offensive boards. You know, she averages 12 rebounds a game, but I bet she averages half of those on the offensive end. His first free throw was off the back iron, no good. For Hollings, she was 1 of 2 so far on the night, make that 1 of 3 from the stripe. Second one up and good there.
I got her with 11 points to lead the team.
I've got her with the same, so we're doing something right here. 5 points in the second half, 6 in the first half. That does equal 11 if my math is correct.
You're correct, sir. Lady Indians up by 2, 47-45. Third period, we have the ball, 5:20 left in the third period.
ICC's outscored the MCC 9-5 here in the second half. Take that 47-45 lead after they trailed by 2 at the break. Harris with it out top. Gives off to Mariah Holland, who fumbles around with it, finally gets her hands back on it. Now Burgess in the lane, gives to Harris off right side. Starts right, now back left as she's defended. Now pass picked off out front by Wilson. Wilson all along off the left side, lays it in there as ICC just simply turning the basketball over way too much.
Tied up, 5 minutes left in the third period.
Harris with it, right dead center of the floor. Shot out of a cannon up the middle, picks up her dribble there at the logo. Had to be careful not to travel with it. And there's whistle and a timeout by Coach Robin Porter. She doesn't like what she sees on the offensive end, guys. She's going to call a timeout and try to get things back straight. 47 all, 4:44 to play in the third quarter as we take a timeout. This is ICC basketball on the ICC Sports Network.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton or online davisfordsales.com.
All square at 47 here in the Davis Event Center. 4:44 to play here in the third quarter as we just got a score update from down in Scuba. ICC leads East Mississippi 38-36 at the halftime break. Jim, a couple weeks ago when the East Mississippi men were up here, we had a nail biter, a 1-point game that they won right at the buzzer. Looks like we may be headed for another one tonight in Scuba. It. Holland pulls up, fouled from way outside. Foul's going to go on Thomas, and she asked what she did. Well, she slapped her right across the arm on the shot. That'll let Mariah go to the line for 2. First foul on Keanu Thomas. Her first, team's third. As Mariah will go to the line. She hasn't shot free throws tonight either, but she'll have an opportunity coming right here as Burgess checks off the floor, and here comes back Dee Shepard. Hollins 5 of 6 off the free throw line this year so far. Here's the first one's off the front iron, no good. And I don't know what the reason is behind that, but it seems like everybody's off the front iron tonight.
They are. And they're not fatigued at this time. We're just shooting it short.
Yeah, fatigue can't be in question.
No, not right now.
Coach Porter's played 13 ladies tonight. There's a second one from Mariah in and good. Gives the Indians back a lead at 48-47. More of a full-court man-to-man. Not looking for that trap at the half court here. As Hatch is defending Souza. Right side with Staples now, being defended by Shepard. Ball split, knocked loose, and here comes ICC. A fast break opportunity for our Destiny. Harris off the left side, in and good. Great job there by Harris to pick the pocket, keep it herself. Don't get fouled, don't turn it over, and just lay it up there off the left side.
Good job, Lady Indians, up by 3, 50-47. 4 minutes left in the third period.
Need a good close to the quarter here as East Mississippi definitely closed the first half well. An 8-0 run to take back the lead after they trailed by 6. This ball knocked loose again by ICC. Scrap for it. Who's going to end up with it as East Mississippi gets it back after a good defensive effort by Amelia Hatch. Pull-up jumper there off the elbow. I believe it was Wilson on the pull-up, and it bounces up in the air and comes right back down through the hole.
Wilson's giving some offense here in the second, third period.
And another turnover there for ICC. That's just been the problem there, Jim.
Too many turnovers. Lady Indians up by 1, 50-49, 3:37 left in the third period. You're right, Jordan. Too many turnovers. Yes, we're up by 1. We'd be up double digits if we didn't have all these turnovers.
And, you know, you wish you could say it's not been something you've seen all year long, but the team comes into the night averaging 22 turnovers per game. That's been the Achilles heel all year long. That's why so many games have been nail-biters, is because you've allowed other teams just to hang in there late. Souza Dribble drive off baseline, pull-up jumper, front iron, no good. Rebounded by Gillespie. And here comes ICC. They lead it by 1, 3:18 to play. And they got an opportunity to expand that lead here. It's Hatch out top, started right, now back left, defended by Souza in the half-court man-to-man. Shepard, bit of a screen there from Hatch. She's defended by Wilson. And she's been hot here in the second half, really all night long. She pulls up off the front iron. A little bit of contact there, but no foul call. And she'll get back now on the defensive end. It's still just a 1-point lead for ICC. Souza pulls up, step inside three, way too hard off the back glass, and a long rebound out to ICC, who has numbers out in front. Harris gets there all the way to the glass again through contact, won't go, but fouled. It'll go to the line for 2. That's one thing our Destiny Harris has done a good job of tonight. It's getting the basketball off a turnover or a long rebound, pushing it out in a hurry, and getting it all the way to the hole. That foul's on Tamara Alexander, her first, team's 4th. As you know, East Mississippi was in some foul trouble at the half, but they haven't gotten themselves into much more trouble here in the third quarter. It's a big spot here, leading by 1 for Harris. As she goes to the line for the first time tonight, first shot. Awaiting right here, now it finally goes up. It's in and good.
Good job.
Because the free throws seem like they've evened out a little bit here over the course of the third quarter. It was, I think East Mississippi shot 6 free throws in the first quarter. ICC didn't shoot any, and then things have kind of leveled out from that point on. So here comes the second one from Harris. It back iron, no good. Whistle. It's going to be a lane violation against East Mississippi. So good call there. You know, guys, we got a good officiating crew here tonight. They've stayed on top of things. If it's a foul, they've called it, and I don't think there's really been anything in question.
Help me on the stats, guys. That doesn't even count, does it?
Nope.
Nope. Okay, thank you.
Just pretend like it didn't happen.
Didn't happen, guys.
Would have counted if it went in.
Correct.
So here's another opportunity for Harris. It is. It's good. So a freebie there for ICC's ladies as they push the lead back out to 3 at 2:46, as we'll see Shamaria Overton check back in out front at the point guard spot. Back into that trapping defense for the Lady Indians as Wilson will try to work the basketball up the floor against our Destiny Harris. Wilson subbed in off the bench early in this one. Had a huge shot right there at the half, hitting that half-court 3 to give EMCC the lead. Now driving the baseline is Alexander. She's fouled, and again, no question on that one. She'll go to the line for 2. That's big contact there. She went up.
I believe Shepard got her.
I think it was for Shepard, her second, team's 4th. Both teams with 4 fouls here in the third quarter, so both teams will be shooting free throws the rest of the way through this quarter.
Is that Alexander shooting?
That is Alexander. First one rolls around, in and good. Little fist pump after it for Alexander. She had 8 points in the first half off the bench. Sophomore out of Bolton, Mississippi. We talked about Bolton down in the Jackson area a little while ago. Second free throw, no good. Nadia there for the rebound. So a 2-point advantage for the Indians at 2:20 to play here in the first half. Overton quickly up the floor. Nice pass in under to Mariah Holland, who finishes it with authority off the left side. Good eyes by Shamari at the point guard spot.
Great pass.
Got the basketball down there before EMCC was ready for it. So back to a 4-point advantage here for ICC. Wilson with it here in front of us in the broadcast booth. Starts right now, back left. Pass down low onto the block. The shot is blocked by D.D. Shepard as Amaria Strong tried to go up with it. Shepard out front with it. Leads by 4, under 2 to play here in the third. Gives to Overton. Another good pass to Gillespie, a hitter in the ankles. Now back to Holland. A lot of contact there, no call. Now all ball on the block. Couldn't get the third effort to go. There's a couple of good passes in there, and ICC just couldn't get one in the hole.
ICC up 54-50, a minute 30 in the third period.
Great defense there by Nadia Gillespie. Coming in from behind as Keanu Thomas had picked up the basketball. Gillespie tied it up. And hey, the possession arrow stays towards East Mississippi, but the flip there could always be important. Good defense there on that end by the freshman.
They got Hollins back in the game at center.
Yeah, we see Jemiah Hollings, leading scorer and rebounder, back into the game for East Mississippi. Nursing a bit of an ankle injury, as you see, just not 100% there on that movement. Also a little foul trouble for her tonight, as just playing through some difficult situations tonight. 12 on the shot clock as Souza has it out top. Gives to Hollins off the right side, looking for somewhere to go. Now 5 on the shot clock. Got to make something happen. A little shimmy there in the lane off the left side, and she didn't look too hurt there. She finished with the left hand.
Good shot by Shemai. 54-52. Indians up by 2 with the ball.
Shepherd got herself into some trouble and trapped. Robin Porter able to get that timeout call there. Very important to keep possession. ICC leads 54-52, 1:05 to play in the third quarter. Let's take a break and come back right after this. This is ICC basketball on the ICC Sports Network.
If this just cost a little bit less.
Let's take a look at that with the Renaissance replay. Make the right call with over 400,000 shopping discounts right from the Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking app.
Might be a little while before I get to the bank.
That's an incomplete pass. Let's give it a Renaissance replay. Renaissance Mobile Check Deposit. Make the right call and open an account with Renaissance today.
Hey, honey, could you help me with this? Today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
You know what I remember when you were born?
Today tastes like a Sunday ritual. And it never tasted this good.
Let's set the floor here for the Indians out of the timeout. You got Nadia Gillespie, who throws it in there to Shamaria Overton. Screen from Lamaya Pfeiffer. Also on the floors are Destiny Harris and Dee Shepherd. As a good look there for Pfeiffer, won't quite go in East Mississippi. Quickly out running off the rebound. Left side, Alexander gets it to go, fouled, and she'll go to the line for the extra. And East Mississippi suddenly has a chance to take back the lead. ICC's led it by as much as 7 tonight and has probably led 3/4 of the game, but they just cannot push the lead out and try to put East Mississippi away. As every time it gets out to that 6-7 point margin, here they come storming right back.
And Jordan, what we've seen is the end of the second quarter, now the end of the third quarter, they make a run, they get some steals, get back into the ball game.
Yeah, the Indians have not closed quarters very well tonight at all. There's a free throw by Alexander, in and good. And the EMCC's taking back the lead, under a minute to play here in the third quarter. You got to think your offense probably goes through Shepherd here. And she leads the team with 15 points. 40 seconds on the shot or game clock, 15 on the shot clock, so about a 25-second differential. It's one-on-one down low with Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer, a little body up there, turns to the goal and puts it in off the glass. Good shot there for Lamaya Pfeiffer.
No doubt about it. Indians up by 1. 25 seconds left in the third period. The Lady Lions have the ball.
Let's turn the shot clock off. East Mississippi can hold it for the last possession here if they would like. They trail by 1 and can take a lead into the break with a made basket here. Souza being defended out top by Amelia Hatch. Has the one-on-one and she tries to do an isolation. Started left, now back right. Gives off to Alexander for a corner 3. Front iron no good. Rebound by Pfeiffer, and Pfeiffer holds it. Well, she actually throws it forward right there as the buzzer goes off. But ICC with a good defensive stand there to end the quarter, and they'll nurse a 1-point lead into the break here. So we'll come back with fourth quarter action after this. 56-55 ICC leads here from Fulton tonight. This is ICC basketball on the ICC Sports Network.
Natalie, when she was first driving, she literally swerved off the road a lot because she was looking at herself in the mirror.
Maybe I look at life differently.
You don't call it over space, it's outer space.
But it's underwear.
The top's right here, look.
You always say chocolate's so weird. It's like chocolate.
Wherever the conversation takes you, we're here. This is Howie Sonic.
Hey Indian fans, I'm Ricky Murphy, real estate agent, Tommy Morgan Realtors, and I'm also a proud alumni of the All-American Marching Band. Itawamba Community College was my home for 2 years, and where you decide to make your home will be one of the most important decisions of your life. Whether you're looking to create a plan to buy your first home, or if you're ready today to make a move into your forever home, give me a call or send me a message so we can discuss your next move. And for my family, Roll Tide!
Jim, it seems like every game we've had here this year, whether it's been men's or women's, has been the nail-biter variety. I mean, everything's been close, down to the wire. We've had some good ones, and it looks like we got another one coming here tonight.
No doubt about it. What a close game. Indians up, Lady Indians up 56-55 as we start the fourth period.
Hit a good closing fourth quarter here. If you're ICC, feel good about where you stand in the division after that. As Shepherd into the lane, pull-up jumper from a step inside the line. No good, back iron too hard. In there scrapping for the rebound, but can't come away with it as Hollings for East Mississippi clears the board. 1 point advantage for ICC as Souza, you know, a name we hadn't called very much tonight, but Souza very in control, does a very good job of running the show there for East Mississippi. As I say that, almost forced a turnover in there. But altogether, she's been very in control and has done a great job directing the ship offensively for the Lions. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Hollings has it all the way out beyond the three-point line. Lots of contact, foul, and a charge called. As again, Dee Shepard right there drew another one.
Is that her third or fourth? Hollins.
I think that's 3.
3, okay.
I've got her with 3 here by my count. So 3 fouls on Hollins. She's the one you got to watch. She's so good there on the boards. And East Mississippi as a whole does a really good job on the board. Harris, after breaking the press, gets double teamed down low, kicks off to Pfeiffer, now back out top to Hatch, and they'll reset the offense with 18 sitting on the shot clock. Screen for Pfeiffer, rolls to her right, Hatch to her left, puts a shot up. They're going to say foul on the floor. So it'll be a throw-in down low, reset the shot clock back to 20, and get a different look at it. That foul's going to go on Alexander, only her second foul for East Mississippi in the first minute here of the fourth quarter. Subbed in. Actually, they didn't let her come in.
Nope.
I thought they were going to let Wilson in over there, but she's still at the scorer's table. There's a whistle, and shuffling the feet down low was Pfeiffer. And she got it back turned to the goal. Shuffled those feet, travel violation, and ICC still just going to lead it by a point. 8:53 to go in the contest. No team has scored here in the fourth quarter.
56-55. Indians up by 1.
Full-court trap here for the Indians, trying to trap that basketball as the ball's rolling around. Ladies all over the place scrapping for it, and finally Souza gets her hands on it and allows things just to clear up. Being defended on ball by Hatch, going right to left, now back left to right, out top to Wilson, the three-point shooter here in Wilson. She starts to her right, now picks up her dribble too. Ciara Jackson in some foul trouble early on. She's got the basketball, tried to kick it off down low. Hollings saves it from going out of bounds. 1 second and a shot clock violation.
Good
Great
defense.
Defensive stand there by the Lady Indians as the basketball just swung from one side to the other, had nowhere to go with it there was EMCC.
8:20 left in the fourth period. Neither team has scored. Indians still up by 1.
Both teams just putting everything they have into the defensive side as Shepard pulls up from 10 feet in and good as Dee's providing that offensive spark for the Indians.
Leading the team with 18 points tonight.
18 points for the freshman out of Pontotoc, Mississippi. The pride of Pontotoc, they're proud of her over there for sure.
And they got another good ladies basketball team at Pontotoc.
Always do. Seems like that's something they've always got. As Souza splits the lane, it rolls all over the rim and finally falls for Souza, who, she did have 2 free throws in the first half, so only 4 points tonight for Souza at the point guard spot. 58-57 after that. ICC leads with 7:48 to go in the contest. Let's take a break and come back right after this. This is ICC basketball on the ICC Sports Network.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton or online davisfordsales.com.
When I came back to school this year, I brought my bank with me, and the student checking account at First American National Bank was perfect for me. No monthly fees and no minimum balance, and I can manage my money right from the app. I can do all my banking with text messaging if I want, and I can deposit a check just by taking a photo. It's that easy at FAMB.
I took my bank to college with me.
I took my bank to college with me.
My bank followed me to college.
I took my bank to college with me.
I took my bank to college with me.
It's that easy at First American National Bank.
ICC fans, next time you find yourself in Fulton, be sure to visit the Sonic. You can't miss it right there on South Adams Street. Be sure to download the Sonic app for exclusive deals and specials you can't get anywhere else. 58-57, we got a barn burner here in the Davis Event Center. Back and forth we've gone all night long. There's a nice move there in the lane by our Destiny Harris. She finishes it there and pushes the Indians' lead out to 3.
Good job. I took it all the way underneath, had a little spin move, hit the little 5-footer.
There's a foul at the half-court line. Tough defense being played by Amelia Hatch. They say a little bit too much with the hands there. Her first personal, team's first of the second or the fourth quarter here. Going from men's halves to women's quarters messes with me. Absolutely. His entry pass comes over here to Hollings, who's still in there with 3 fouls. Souza's got it, and they're putting her in a lot of isolation situations out there now. She throws it up, nearly gets it stuck, which would have been a possession arrow look. But they say out of bounds off the rim, so ICC will have it.
You know, Jordan, we still got 7 minutes left in this ball game. This is a big possession. We're up by 3, could extend it here a little bit. We need a good shot.
Ball knocked loose for a second, but Hatch gets through it. Now 3-on-2 out front for Harris. She pulls up in the lane, too short there off the front iron. She had a wide open look, couldn't quite get it to go.
60-57. Indians up, 6:55 left in the ball game.
Again, Souza with it out top. Let's see if they go back into that isolation look just to space the floor here. She's being defended on the ball by Harris. Hollings now has it off baseline, being defended by Pfeiffer. Back up top, 10 seconds on the shot clock to make something happen as Coach Porter sends a new unit to the scorer's table. Ball comes down low to Hollings, and she hit her chin on the floor.
I'm not sure, but she has been a gamer, being injured before the game.
She got fouled, and she's going to go to the line. Foul with only 3 seconds, I think, on the shot clock. And she fell, and I was afraid she jarred her chin on the floor, but I don't think she did. Just been a rough night from the get-go. Foul trouble, been beating and banging down low with Pfeiffer and with Warriors all night long.
It's Pfeiffer's 3rd foul.
3 fouls on Pfeiffer. So really the only lady in any foul trouble for ICC is Pfeiffer. Well, Overton has 3 as well. Only 2 team fouls here in the 4th quarter. As Hollings is going to have a minute to get her breath back with 6:40 to go here in the 4th quarter. She'll get everything back under control and have 2 free throws coming. Only 2 points scored for each team, I believe. I'm missing a couple. I've missed a couple somewhere. As the first free throw for Hollings is no good. Well, I've missed 2 for us somewhere, Jim. I got 2 for Shepherd here in the 4th quarter, and I don't know where the other 2 came from.
The 2, Harris. Harris got it.
That was it.
She missed both.
Missed both of them.
It might be a little fatigue here.
Well, she's played tough, and you know she's battled injury so far here tonight, but she's done a great job on the boards, and she's going to be important there for them down the stretch. As you got to watch her as she crashes on them down there. Overton with the ball. ICC leads by 3, 6:30 to play. Drives the lane right side off Souza. No good. Knocked out of bounds off ICC, and East gets it right back. It's just a cold stretch on the offensive side for the Indians here.
60-57, 6:18 left in the ball game. Lady Indians up on East Mississippi Lady Lions by 3. East Mississippi has the ball with 6:18 left in the ball game.
Just got to keep playing that tough defense here if you're the Lady Indians. You've done it all night. You're struggling on the offensive end right now, but you got to stay after it on the defensive side. Lancaster, she's back in there with 4 fouls. Haven't seen her in a while. She's out top of the key, being defended by Harris.
She had 8 points first half, did not score in the 3rd period.
Ball down low, baseline whistle, and a block foul. I believe they're going to get Cleo Warriors on the block there. It's one of those 50-50 calls, could have gone either way. They get it for a block this time, say she shuffled her feet out in front. It does go on Warriors. That will be her 2nd foul, team's 3rd. And we will see Amaya Staples go to the free throw line here for 2. As the Indians, the men, that is, down in Scuba lead 49-48, 12:30-ish to go in the contest. So a tight one going in the men's action, too. 2-point game here in Fulton, a 1-point game down in Scuba. So here's the second free throw by Staples. It's up and good. So 2 free throws there by Staples to get this back to a 1-point contest.
60-59, Lady Indians with the ball has a 1-point lead. 5:50 left in the ball game.
Ball knocked out of bounds right here in front of us by Lancaster. As they had trapped her right here in a bad situation. She had the half-court line on one side, the sideline on one side, and 2 ladies covering the other. She was essentially boxed in, but luckily it was knocked out of bounds there by East Mississippi. Under 6 to play, 5:50 it is to go. As ball comes in to Shamaria Overton. Overton calling out the signals from right there in front of Robin Porter. Comes back right to left. Now underneath to Holland, who put it up too hard. Rebound fought for, got it herself, puts it up, and it rolls around and goes down for Mariah Holland. Great job there on the glass for the sophomore.
Great job. She mentioned Lady Indians up by 3, 5:25 left in the ball game.
Man-to-man on the defensive end here for the Lady Indians. As Lancaster has it out top, drives the right side into the lane, gives to Hollings. Now back behind her to Staples. 12 on the shot clock. Out front to reset now with Souza. Sousa's going to operate now to left, has a wide open lane. Ball was stripped, though, by Overton, and a turnover, and ICC's got it back. Great job on the defensive end. Now pass up front to Gillespie out front. Fouled as she went up with the left hand, and she'll go to the line for 2. Another instance of defense turning into offense for the Lady Indians.
Good job. Lady Indians can extend the lead here. 5:01 left in the ball game. Lady Indians up by 3, shooting 2 at the free throw line.
Foul on Ciara Jackson, her third, team's third. 5:01 to play here in the fourth quarter, and we'll see Gillespie go to the line now. 1 of 2 on the night so far from the free throw line is Nadia Gillespie. First one off back iron, and no good. A lot of minutes tonight for Gillespie as she's got more and more playing time as the year's gone on. She's done a great job on the defensive end. She shoots the 3 ball pretty well. She plays defense. And that's the kind of things you have to do for Robin Porter to see more playing time. As the second free throw is up and good there for the freshman, Gillespie.
Extend the lead to 4 points. 5 minutes left in the ball game. Lady Indians up by 4.
Hollings walks the basketball up the floor herself. Now gets it over to Sousa. Now back out top to Lancaster to reset. 20 on the shot clock. Shifts off left side to Staples. Staples looks down low. Now kicks all the way back right side with Sousa. 10 on the shot clock. Got to make something happen quickly here for the Lady Lions. Staples working off a screen from Hollings. Ball knocked loose and Shepard's got it. Shepard, can she outrun them all out front? Going up the left side, fights through contact. Got too far in under the goal and threw it off the top of the rim. Now all by herself is Thomas off the left side. She puts up, she misses a layup. Layups being missed both ways as both teams just up and down the floor. Here comes back ICC in a hurry. Shepard, she's fouled that time. And she drove it off in there, and you see Staples got way too much arm. It'll send Didi to the line for 2. Third foul on Staples. So we'll see Didi Shepard go to the free throw line. 2 of 2 off the stripe tonight. 17 points for the freshman Shepard. And again, it just seems the basketball finds her when basketball games get tight. Here's the first shot from Shepard. It's up and good. She shot at an 82% clip off the line coming into the night. 3 of 3 with a big fourth one here on the way. Indians lead by 5 with 4:16 to play. Trying to push it out to a 6-point advantage. And she does just that. So back to a 6-point lead. Largest lead ICC has had since about 7 minutes to go, I think, in the third quarter. Let's see if they can close the fourth quarter well. They've struggled to close the second and the third. Let's see if they can do better here in the fourth quarter and close out another Indian victory. Hollings got it with the basketball on the floor about 40 feet away. Back to Lancaster now, 10 on the shot clock as she's defended by Shepard. Good job on the defensive end by Shepard, but it finds Hollings there late in the shot clock again. And with the baby hook right hand, she puts it up and in.
Give her a lot of credit. Playing injured, leading the team with 15 points, and we figure she's got a double-double right now.
Can't say enough about what she's done. She averages a double-double with 10 points per game and 12 rebounds, and I'm with you, Jim. I'd say she's probably right there again tonight.
There's no doubt about it. Lady Indians have the ball with a 4-point lead. 3:30 left in the ball game.
Being conservative with the shot clock is Overton. Down to 8, now down to 6. She drives the lane, contact there, basketball knocked loose, and D'Souza has it out front. Driving up left side, knocked away by Gillespie. A great defensive play there in in transition to save 2 points as she knocked it out of bounds.
Great job by Gillespie. She had the layup. She came from behind her and stripped it.
4-point advantage for the Lady Indians. 3:20 to play here in the contest. Sousa looking for somewhere to go. Now finally gets it in out top to Lancaster. Back to Sousa, who starts to her right. Now back Lancaster out top. Dribble drive into the lane with authority off the back glass. No good. Gets her on rebound, puts it up, and is fouled. The offensive boards. That's where East Mississippi has just pounded it all night long as they've been really good on the offensive glass. Lancaster got her own rebound. Was fouled there by Overton, and that's her 4th foul. And that's not a good thing if you're ICC. Is with that press you're seeing each possession from EMCC, Overton is your best guard at breaking that press. Well, now she's on the bench with 4 fouls. And I wouldn't expect her to stay there long with 3:09 to play. Lancaster's first free throw up and good. But, you know, Jim, if you're Coach Porter over there, I don't think you can afford to keep Shamari Overton over there very long.
You can't. We only got 3 minutes left in the ball game. They'll need her.
Second free throw from Lancaster rattles in and good. And here we are back to that 2-point mark again. Gillespie with the basketball on the far sideline. She turns it over. She just threw it away, and Hollings has got it, trying to lay it up off the right side. She's fouled from behind and will go to the line for 2. That's the spot where you cannot pick up the basketball when you're in a press because you're essentially boxed in. You got the sideline, you got the half-court line, and you got 2 girls there trapping you, and there's nowhere to go with it. Foul goes on Gillespie as she got there from behind. She'll sub off the floor, and Overton's back in. You just simply can't have her off the floor. She stayed on the bench 12 seconds.
Indians up by 2. 3 minutes left in the ball game. Holland shooting 2, trying to tie the game for East Mississippi.
Huge opportunity here for the Lady Lions. First one rattles in and good for Jemiah Hollings.
I got her with 16
points on the night. Average 10. She's broken that average here tonight. Here's the second one. And we're back tied. 65 all, as this game has just been nip-tuck all the way through. And I would expect it to come down to the wire with that. Hatch into the game, as well as Overton, trying to work against that press. Here comes Hatch in the lane, lays up right side, can't get it to go. Rebound knocked all over the place. Who'd it go off of? And they say it's off of Hatch.
All tied apiece, 65 apiece, 2:47 left in the ball game.
ICC just out of control as they broke the press there. They did a good job breaking it, but they just got down the lane too fast and threw it off the glass too hard.
If I'm ICC, I'd get the ball to Shepard when we have it offensively.
She's got to get more touches on the offensive end, but she's not even in there.
She's not in the game. We've got to get her in.
Souza with it out top. East Mississippi being a little conservative with the clock here as well. Hollings is where I'm going with the basketball if I'm East Mississippi. As Souza, for the first time tonight, pulls up for 3. Back iron, no good, and rebound cleared by Amelia Hatch. Good defensive stand there for the Indians as Hatch pushes the ball up the floor to Overton. She picks up the dribble, now back to Hatch. 22 on the shot clock, and they get set on the offensive end. Not much scoring here in the fourth quarter as the defensive battle has really been what's taken over. Each team with about 10 points here in the second. Well, actually, yeah, exactly. 10-9, East Mississippi's won the fourth quarter. As Overton drives the lane, right hand, no good. Rebound, knocked around. 5 girls fighting for it, and finally coming away with it is Amaria Strong for East Mississippi. All tied, under 2 to play now. And there comes the substitutions back in as Robin Porter's done a good job of having fresh legs ready down the stretch here. Looks like Gillespie, Warriors, and Shepard over there ready to check in at the next dead ball. Dribble drive off right side, back glass no good is Hollings, as she just had too much on that one again. As they like to push her out here towards the top of the key and let her get a head start down off in the lane, and that's forcing her to throw it too hard off the back too often.
Good defense by the Lady Indians. We're all tied up. 1:20 left in the ball game.
Big spot here for the Lady Indians as they've got the offensive possession. Hatch pulls up from the free throw line, bottom of the net, and gives the Indians back the lead.
Big shot for Hatch. We're up by 2. 1:08 left in the ball game.
Hollings going to walk the basketball up the floor for East Mississippi. Now hands off to the right side to Janessa Souza. Under a minute to play. Indians lead by 2. And another great game here from the Davis Event Center. 2 great teams just fighting tooth and nail all the way through this one as Souza steps in front of the coach and calls a timeout with 10 seconds remaining on the shot clock. We'll see what Sharon Thompson wants to do coming out of the timeout after this. 2-point advantage for ICC, 52.4 seconds to play. Let's take a timeout. This is ICC Basketball on the ICC Sports Network.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
Ten seconds on the shot clock as East Mississippi has possession of the basketball, trailing by 2, 52.4 seconds remaining. Nice drawn-up play comes into Hollings off the left block. She puts it up, no good. East Mississippi gets the offensive board. They save the ball, and they're fouled in the process. Amaria Strong, she's not very big at only 5'7", but she got in there, got her hands on the basketball, and was fouled in a fight for it. She's going to go to the free throw line now as East Mississippi's in the bonus. Strong goes to the line with a chance to tie things up with 46.8 seconds remaining. That foul was on Lamaya Pfeiffer. It's her 4th personal. First free throw up by Strong, and it was too strong off the back glass. So on the floor here for ICC, you've got Pfeiffer, Gillespie, Holland, Shepard, and Overton. That's your 5 out there for ICC. Here's the second one from Strong. It's front iron, no good. Rebound's knocked right up in the air, finally controlled by Shepard, and immediately Robin Porter calls a timeout. Good coaching job there. Want to make sure you've got exactly the personnel on the floor, I would imagine. Here, you had your rebounders out there. I would imagine this is let's get the offensive unit out there instead and try to get set. As you lead by 2, 44.3 seconds to go. And a bucket here could be huge in the stretch as we're going to keep it here through this break. Latest message we got regarding the men's game. East Mississippi leading ICC now 60-58 at the 9:30 mark. So that game, just like this one, Jim, just right there neck and neck all the way through. That's a conversation about timeouts and about where to inbound the basketball. It should be right there at the scorer's table. ICC is going to have it. 28 on the shot clock, 44.3 on the game clock. And it'll be interesting to see what Robin Porter does with her lineup here, and that was right. She's going with the substitutions. It's going to be Gillespie, Hatch, Overton, Holland, and Shepard on the floor. And, you know, if I'm East Mississippi, I'm not letting Dee Shepard beat me right here.
I agree. Shepard's who we need to get the ball to.
Shepard with a big night. Had 11 points at the half. She's going for 9 points here in the second half, so by my count, she's got 20.
I got her at 20.
20 so far here tonight, and you would think that's probably who they'll be keying in on. So go to inbound the basketball to Hatch. 28 on the shot clock. No reason to really rush anything, I wouldn't think here. So just the main key here is you want to get a good look. You don't care when it comes, you just know you want to get a good look. And it's a half-court set, half-court man-to-man defense here for East Mississippi. Hatch with it, has a screen from Gillespie off the left side, works off of that left, nothing going. Now kicks back with 8 on the shot clock. Now she's going to go isolation up the lane, left side layup, in and good there for Amelia Hatch. She pushes the lead out to 4 points with 20.2 seconds remaining in the contest. Here comes East Mississippi, quickly up the floor, down the baseline, fouled by Mariah Holland, and we'll see Amaria Strong go to the line for 2 with 13.6 seconds remaining.
Did you have Hatch with that bucket?
I did.
Outstanding.
Great job there as she tried to work off the screen to get in the lane. There was nowhere to go. Let the clock run down and finally was able to get down the lane, beat her lady, and get it to the glass. 4-point advantage as we stand. Strong now to the line for 2. First one bounces off the back iron and no good. And Strong has struggled from the free throw line here down the stretch.
Feel sorry for the young lady.
Coming into the night, she was 7 of 8 from the free throw line. So she shot them well all year, but has struggled here in crunch time in the last couple of minutes of this one. Here's the second one. It's up and good. So it's a one-possession contest. 69-66. ICC leads it. 13.6 seconds remaining here in the game. We'll keep it here through the course of this timeout. As you know, you got to be careful. You know East Mississippi is going to be wanting to foul you as soon as the basketball comes in. First off, they're going to try to trap you, and then they're going to foul you if they don't get the basketball quickly. The key for ICC, very well, Jim, could be here. You got to make a free throw.
No doubt about it. And we're up by 3, as you mentioned. 13 seconds left, 13.6 left in the ball game, and we do have the ball. Got to get the throw in. Cannot turn it over here also and make the free throws when they foul us.
Been a great game all the way through. ICC led it by 1 at the end of the first. East Mississippi led by 2 at the end of the second. ICC led by 1 at the end of the third. And we've got a 3-point game with 13.6 seconds remaining. It's been nip-tuck all the way through. With the timeout called, the basketball will advance out to the half-court line. Nadia Gillespie will throw it in for the Indians. Same 5 on the floor as was out there just a minute ago on that last possession. Here's the key. You got to get it in, and I think they have a timeout under their belt if they can't. You got to know you got that and can burn it if you need to. Gillespie to throw it in. Gets it in. Oh, she had an opportunity to get it to Shepard and didn't quite get it there. Overton's got it. Waiting on the foul, and there's finally the foul call by Lancaster with 10.5 seconds remaining, and Markemia Lancaster is fouled out of the game. That's 5 fouls on Lancaster, the freshman out of Johns Creek, Georgia. Lancaster had 8 points in the first half, 2 in the second, finishes the night with 10, and played a pretty good contest.
They've done a good job navigating their fouls, though, with only 10 ladies tonight. Up and down game, that's the first person
they had
foul
5
out.
ladies with foul trouble in the first half. They've done a good job through the second half of keeping that under control as Overton goes to the line. Big spot here for Shamaria. She shoots it at 65% on the year. First one's up and good, and that's huge because that makes it a 2-possession game at this point. So 4-point advantage for ICC, 10.5 seconds remaining. Second free throw rattles in and good as well to push it out to a 5-point lead for the Indians.
That's huge.
Very big as timeout called. Robin will have an opportunity here to get her defense set. And Jim, just as you look back on this one, I can't recall a time. I know ICC pushed the lead out to 7 at one point in the first half, but other than that, it's felt like we've been 5 points back and forth all the way through.
It's been nip and tuck the entire game, and this is one of the largest leads we've had, of course, in the second half. Up by 5 with 10.5 seconds left in the ball game. Play good defense. Don't foul. Make them use some time here. We got a 2-possession lead. Make them use some time. Make them dribble up court, but don't foul them when they shoot it.
You know, obviously we've not been able to see every team in the league. ICC dropped the decision at Kahoma earlier. EMCC dropped the decision at Holmes, but from what I've seen, this is your 2 best teams in the North as far as ladies are concerned.
And I think they'll play each other again. These are 2 really, really good teams. Up and down, well coached, well played ball game.
Absolutely right. I agree with everything you said there. As 5-point advantage for ICC, 10.5 seconds to play. And the key here is you don't want to foul. You don't want to let them score without the shot clock running, or without the game clock running, that is. Here comes the entry pass. They get it in to Wilson. Wilson's the 3-point specialist. She pulls up for one right there. Front iron, no good. EMCC with the rebound by Souza. She puts it in with 4 seconds remaining, and Sharon Thompson burns another timeout over there to get a stop. Let's cut the lead to 3. Hey, what do you know? I mean, you can force a turnover real quick right here off the inbounds pass, hit a 3, and we're tied back up. Crazier things have happened.
No doubt about it. And a good coaching there. She uses her last timeout, I think, to stop the clock. They're down by 3. We have the ball. 4.1 seconds left in the ball game. Take care of the ball. Looks like if they don't steal it, we'll have to hit some free throws to end it.
No timeouts either way. So, you know, that puts a little bit of pressure on you if you're the inbounder for ICC. Is you can't just stand there and hold it and call a timeout as the 5-second count gets close. You got to get the basketball in. 4.1 seconds to go. 3-point advantage for the Indians. You don't have a timeout under your belt, and you got to get it in. You got to know that they're going to be trying to turn you over quickly, and then they're going to foul you after that. As you would expect to see Robin Porter go with probably her best free throw shooters in the game, probably guard-oriented lineup here. You want some ladies that can really move, get open, but you also want those that are going to make the free throw if they get fouled. As we're breaking huddle on both sides here, and that's going to be kind of the lineup you get. You got Nadia Gillespie, Didi Shepard. See, Hatch is in there, Shamaria Overton's in there, and our Destiny Harris too. So it's a 5-guard order out there to try to run the baseline. If you're Gillespie, you can run the baseline here. Try to get the basketball in. They got to get it in quickly here. Finally gets it into Overton. Overton's broke free. Basketball slung up, and she almost got it forward to Shepard, who shot it anyway. Foul was called with 1.7 seconds remaining, and that will send Shamaria Overton to the free throw line. So great for the sophomore out of Leland, have an opportunity to go down there and put the game on ice with 1.7 seconds remaining. As that foul did go on Hollings, it's her 4th personal, but can't say enough about that young lady. She's fought through injury tonight, foul trouble, and is still going for a double-double.
No doubt about it. And if we can make one free throw here, the game will end.
So Overton's done a good job off the free throw line tonight. 3 of 4 off the stripe. Here's her first one. It's up and good, and you can start to wrap this one up in some blue and red as a 4-point advantage with 1.7 seconds remaining. It feels like ICC is going to have an opportunity to improve to 5-1 right here. Comes the second one from Overton. It's up and good as well. So back out to a 5-point advantage for ICC. The inbound pass comes from East Mississippi. The clock runs out, and ICC is going to improve to 5-1 on the year in a game that was back and forth all the way through. They get the last hand in it as they fought well on both sides and will escape, really. It's really an escape is what it is with a 5-point victory, 73-68 over East Mississippi. Jim, any thoughts on that we saw? I mean, it was just a contest that was really, truly back and forth all the way through.
Well, Jordan, we think these are probably the 2 best teams in the North Division, 2 of the best well-coached teams, very athletic, well-played ball game, outstanding ball game. Give ICC credit, found a way to win by 5 points here at the end of the game.
73-68, ICC knocks off the Lady Lions of East Mississippi. We'll take a break and be back with your Renaissance Bank post-game report right after this as we'll set the stage for what next week has to hold. Take a look at that final scoring column and just kind of recap what we had happen here tonight in Fulton. This is ICC Basketball on the ICC Sports Network.
Why settle for a checking account that just holds your money? Renaissance Rewards Extra gives you so much more. Like savings at more than 400,000 retailers, 24/7 roadside assistance, a cell phone protection plan worth up to $400, $25 in ATM fee refunds per monthly cycle, and a great interest rate when you meet 3 easy qualifications. Get extra today at rewardsextra.com. Renaissance Bank, understanding you. Member FDIC.
Natalie, when she was first driving, she literally swerved off the road a lot because she was looking at herself in the mirror.
Maybe I look at life differently.
You don't call it over space, it's outer space.
But it's underwear.
The top's right here, look.
You always say chocolate's so weird. It's like chocolate.
Wherever the conversation takes you, we're here. This is Howie Sonic.
Today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
You know what I remember when you were born?
Today tastes like a Sunday ritual. And it never tasted this good.
If this just cost a little bit less.
Let's take a look at that with the Renaissance replay. Make the right call with over 400,000 shopping discounts right from the Renaissance Rewards Extra checking app.
Might be a little while before I get to the bank.
That's an incomplete pass. Let's give it a Renaissance replay. Renaissance Mobile Check Deposit. Make the right call and open an account with Renaissance today.
73-68, ICC's winners over East Mississippi on their home floor tonight in Fulton. This is the Renaissance Bank postgame report. Visit renaissancebank.com to learn more about the Rewards Extra checking account. Renaissance Bank, the bank that understands you. And I'll tell you what I understand right now, Jim, is that that's going to be a very happy locker room here after this. That's a victory where you had to fight hard both ends of the floor. You played 13 ladies tonight, and they all contributed well, and you're on top of the MACCC North now.
No doubt about it. Well played. We talked about how well played it was. The players played hard. 2 excellent coaches, coaching staffs, and we found a way to win. Big victory in the North for us tonight, and we're sitting on top of the North at this time.
A little update from the men's action. They lead by a point, 71-70, a minute 56 to go. As Adam says over here beside me, now they're down 1, so 72-71, I would imagine. About a minute to play from Scuba, so that sounds like it's going just like the contest we saw here with East Mississippi a couple weeks ago.
Went down to 1 point.
It was a 62-61 game. Brandon Brown had an opportunity to win it there at the end, couldn't get the shot to go, and it seems like it's going down to the wire tonight in Scuba once again. Jim, let's run those numbers, take a look at it. I was looking back at what the ending score was from each quarter. It was a 1-point game at the end of the first, a 2-point game at the end of the second, a 1-point game at the end of the third, and then ICC is able to escape with a 5-point victory. But, I mean, truly, all the way through, that game was nip and tuck.
No doubt about it. And leading the team tonight, Shepherd had 20 points for ICC. Overton had 9 big points. Burgess had 2. Guest had a big 3. Gillespie had 5 points. Worrells had 4. Amelia Hatch had 11 points. Harris had 8 points. Holland had 7, and Pfeiffer had 4. For East Mississippi, they were led by their Hollins, who played outstanding with the injury. She had 17 points. Alexander came off the bench, had 12. Shakira Wilson, a 3-point specialist, had 9. Thomas had 3. Souza, the point guard, had 6. Jackson had 4. Strong had 4. Lancaster had 10. Staples had 4. Final score, ICC 73, East Mississippi 68.
You know, I thought Sharon Thompson did a really good job with East Mississippi tonight. She only had 10 ladies. Her leading scorer got banged up in pregame warm-ups and still came out and had a double-double, but had 4 of her starters in foul trouble in the first half, and this was a basketball game with 30 seconds left.
No doubt about it. And another thing here, we talked about it, Jordan, off the air. We shot 18 of 23 free throws tonight. That was very big.
How many times this year have we talked about that? I mean, free throws win you basketball games, especially down the stretch. I mean, we said it during the timeout with about 3 minutes to go. This is going to come down to if you make your free throws down the stretch. Fourth quarter, ICC, 7 of 8. Fourth quarter, East Mississippi, 7 of 12.
No doubt about it.
They had opportunities and weren't able to take those and take advantage of those, I guess, is what I should say there. So let's look forward to what next week holds. As of now, there is not a contest on Monday night. Just one of those things where it looks like everybody else has a game, and that means we're the odd man out on that. So next action for ICC will be Thursday night. The ladies, it is, at Northeast. The men will be home against Northeast. And speaking of the men, they're all knotted up at 72 with 35 seconds remaining down there now. So and we have the basketball, so an opportunity to take a lead and try to escape Scuba with a victory. That'd be great for Coach Eric Bozeman and his bunch down there, as they're playing pretty well on the road in Scuba. So, Jim, any last thoughts from this game here tonight?
I was just so impressed with how well played it was, the sportsmanship of both teams, how well coached they were. Nip and tuck game, close all the way down to the end, but very, very pleased we found a way to win here in the fourth quarter.
So ICC improves to 5-1 on the year. They're on top of the MACCC North standings. East Mississippi will fall to 3-2, and they'll be in a tie with Kahoma, depending on what happens in their action tonight there for that second place spot in the division. So you're at a spot right now where you can see, that where the end of the regular season is. You control your own destiny as far as the team is concerned, and you can't be, at this point asking for anything other than that. Jim, enjoyed calling the game with you tonight. As Adam's got his arms up in there, ICC's men must have just hit a shot. Hit a three to go up 75-72. Can't be very much time remaining, as we're going to try to keep you on the air. 24 seconds, is that what you said? 25 seconds. Do they have the score bug on there for you to see?
Yeah, they actually have.
How about that? So, got a timeout, so we're going to go ahead and wrap things up right here. ICC's men lead it, though, in Scuba by 3 with about 20 seconds remaining there in the contest. So the story tonight from Fulton, ICC's ladies knock off East Mississippi's ladies 73-68, improved to 5-1 on the year. Coach Porter will have them ready to go up on the road to Boonville next Thursday night to face off with those rivals, the Tigers, up there in Prentiss County. For Jim Ingram and Adam Gore, I'm Jordan Smith saying so long tonight from the Davis Event Center in Fulton. Pleasure to have you with us, and we'll look forward to talking to you again this time next week. Good night, everybody, from Fulton.
So when are you going to give me back for the pizza?
Oh, personal foul. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Make a successful handoff when you transfer funds to friends and family with Zelle in the Renaissance mobile app. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Make the right call for 24/7 roadside assistance and sign up for Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking today.